Good morning, bom dia, Jun Gorno, Jun Borno. How are you guys after the long weekend? If you can hear me, just let me know. At the same time, I would love to start the weekly analysis here, but in a short way. Just before that, I don't want to waste any time. Just let me know if you can hear me. Hello, T2, hello, Buenos Dias. Okay, new thing. Walaikum salam ala Mahmoudi Outlander morning. Sir, yes, welcome boss. You guys can hear me, right? Paul, good morning, brother. Loud and clear. Thank you, James. I just needed that. If you are with me in our Twitter, I have tweeted like 3 hours ago, just a small one line. And over here, this should be a classical accumulation day. That was my tweet for today, 3 hours ago. I'm expecting this is going to be an accumulation day. Why and how I'm going to predict that, or why I'm expecting that. Now I will go over here. Okay. This is the calendar. So you can use any other calendar if you want. I love to use the Forex Factory. And over here, I just outlined the medium impact news and the red impact news. Today is Monday, and you can see this is like empty. There is not even a medium impact news over here. Tuesday, some medium impact news. Wednesday, some medium impact news. Thursday, we have unemployment claims. Just one red impact news. And Friday, we have like, I don't know, core PCE price. I mean, it's not CPI, but it's kind of CPI, but not right CPI. Okay, so this red folder news is not important to me. So in this week, we don't have any CPI, we don't have any PPI, PMI. You have PMI, but this one is also not like Chicago PMI around 945. That not that much important. No, Fed Chair Powell speak. No FOMC. No, what to say? I mean, kind of NFP. So this is a week that should be a boring week. Okay, so here it's not a significant week until now. There is no Trump speak as well. So either way, I'm thinking that this is gonna be a very simple week. If and only if there is some kind of earning news. I have no idea if we have earning news or not. But if we have the earning news, just let me know. Okay. So either way, this is kind of like boring week. This should be the boring week. Okay. From calendar, I would love to go directly to our chart. Here is Nasdaq chart. But before going over here, I would love to go to the dollar index a bit, just a bit. Okay. So this dollar index is actually like range bound. I am not expecting that this gap from this weekly gap is going to be broken, or this order block. Here is order block from the daily chart. Actually, if you go to the daily chart, you'll see there is a order block and the mean threshold of this order block. I don't want them to be broken. Okay, right now, at least not by this week. So it should be like range in between this fair value gap and this area. I am not going to spend time here. I would love to spend the time in Nasdaq actually. So this is my Nasdaq. I'm going to make it bigger. This is weekly chart. Okay, so if you go to the weekly chart and if you did your weekly analysis, I have done my weekly analysis. Did you do it? If you do it, congratulations. If you don't do it, please make sure that every weekend you will do your weekly analysis. I'm not reading any of your comment. I'll come back to your comment, but before that, I need to finish this because it's already 9:14. I'm already late. I wanted to start it around 8:45. I got sleep again. So when I get up, I saw that it's already late. So here, this is that week, which is the all-time high. This high is the all-time high. That was my expectation that market is going to take that all-time high by Friday. So Friday, I was expecting market will go higher and it will take that all-time high. Before even that, we have talked about this CE or 50% of that week last week that I don't want to see this CE will be broken before trading the daily bullish gap. It will be clear to all of you from daily chart, but right now focus over here. That is that week 50%. Nobody has closed above that 50% of that specific week. That week has taken all the liquidity, trade the fair value gap. As this is all-time high, it is my joker. I can use this area the way I want to use it. So this week 50%, nobody has closed above that week 50%. It is still holding the market. Below here, I have this support zone, which is the relatively equal lows, a very strong support. This is my weekly liquidity. From the weekly chart, I have this sell side liquidity and I have this buy side liquidity, which is all-time high. If you mark to the high and to the low, mark 20%, here 20% and 30%, you will get the TGIF line from last week candle. In Friday, actually we expect that market will finish the TGIF. If it is not finished by Friday, then either Monday or Tuesday, market has a possibility to reach until the 20% or the 30% level, any of this level before even falling. It can maximum reach until 20% or 30%. That should be your first expectation in Monday or Tuesday. So here I'm going to remove this fib and would love to leave this two line. Just remember 20%, 30%, which has already traded the 20%. It can maximum reach until the 30%. CE holding the market. I have just sell side liquidity and CE, nothing else from the weekly chart. Now, if you would love to use this candle as your propulsion block, which is over here, you can do it, but I really don't want to use anything else except this area. I mean, except nothing over here. Okay, nothing except this CE and the sell side liquidity. I would love to go to the daily chart. This is the daily chart. This is the highest up close body close candle, which was our order block. So I told that before tapping to this bullish fair value gap, which was from the daily chart, this is that bullish fair value gap I was talking in my what to say in the weekly chart as well. This is that bullish fair value gap. So market was around this area. ICT was looking for all-time high. I told that it should not go for that all-time high. It should react from that 50% of that order block, which is the min threshold. I don't want to see anybody close above the 50% of this order block level. Before from the reaction, it will send the market here to this bullish gap. After reaching to this bullish gap in Thursday, then I told that wait for that all-time high. But then I came later, you remember how we changed our bias and we started to look for sell until certain level. Everything was over there, okay? But before reaching over there, I'm not interested to see that all-time high will be taken. So perfectly market react from that min threshold. Even not only it has been reacted from there, but also it has broken that bullish PDRA. When the bullish PDRA is broken, which is the daily fair value gap, daily chart daily fair value gap, it has been broken. I would love to look for my liquidity level in this daily chart. Now from the daily chart, I have the same sell side liquidity, which is here. Instead of this sell side liquidity, I don't have any other sell side liquidity from daily chart. Okay. Here, this week that has traded the new day opening gap. Over here, you can see there is a new day opening gap. Okay. So here, this candle and that candle over here, it has traded that fair value gap this week. So I would love to give an attention to the 50% of that week, just to make sure that it is a bullish market. Now here, if you mark the week 50%, which has traded this fair value gap, if you mark that 50% of that week, you will see the beauty of this week 50%. Here, would love to mark it and like until this area, and we'll just make it as a dotted line. Okay, so it will be a dotted line, and here, okay, perfect. This is that. Oh, it should not clear. Let me make it little bigger. Okay, here. This is that week 50% that has traded this volume imbalance or the new day opening gap, which is a very strong fair value gap. Okay, I'm going to remove this gap actually because it's already marked in my 15-minute chart by an indicator. So this week 50% until the body doesn't close below this area, I'm not going to think that market is going for that sell side liquidity. That means it still can stop the market, send it higher again, take that all-time high. It is also possible, which I'm not going to thinking right now. One thing else I would love to see, and that is this candle is not going to close above the high of Friday, below the low of Friday. So I would love to see this will be an inside candle by Monday. So by today, I would love to see this will be another inside candle so that I can say that it's a perfect accumulation. Then in Tuesday, market will go higher, take the Monday high, then it will go for the sell side liquidity. Okay, that sell side liquidity by Wednesday and Thursday by some other days. Here you can see this is an candle low, and I would love to see this candle high, that candle low will make a bearish gap. Okay, if it can make a bearish gap, then Tuesday I would love to think that market will take the Monday high, trade that bearish gap, then it will start to fall for the liquidity level. That is why I'm going to think now. But before all of these things, of course, I have to make sure that this week 50% has been broken. That means until it is not broken, I'm not bearish I'm not that much bearish, but I have to think that this is a bearish market when the bullish PDRA has been broken. Every level here is a bullish PDRA. You have a lot of new day opening gap, new week opening gap, lot of things over here. So any of them can stop the market, send this market for that all-time high. Remember, this is still a bullish market. Okay, from the very higher time frame, this is still a bullish market. It can go for that all-time high. But from the daily chart so far, I'm expecting that this market will fall because of the reaction of this order block mean threshold. So it will hold the market, and then if it make the bearish PDRA, it has to make the bearish PDRA. So it's the time to wait for the bearish PDRA. Until it doesn't make the bearish PDRA, I don't think so that it will keep falling. So if it is going to make a bearish parabolic up over here, if it close below this weak 50%, I mean that 50% dotted line, then if it keep falling, then maybe it will go for that sell side liquidity. At the same time, today I'm not going to think that this market is going to take that low or to take that high, which is the Friday high. So I want a perfect inside candle. I'm going to remove this 50% because the order block 50% and the weekly week 50% are around the same level. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that CE instead of that order block mean threshold. If you paid a close attention to my things where I explained that if you see an inside candle which is gonna inside that candle, then you will expect the expansion. It can happen by the next candle or it can happen by the next consecutive candle. Here, this is that inside candle. Then I'm expecting an expansion. No, I didn't get the expansion. What is that candle color? Bull candle. Perfect. Look at the bull expansion. Here, this is an inside candle. Then I'm expecting by that specific candle an expansion. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it. What color is that? Bear candle. Look at the expansion. Inside candle. See this candle? This candle is inside that candle. What is I'm going to think? Expansion. Did I get the expansion? No. What is the color of this candle? Black candle. Look at the expansion. Oh, here. This candle, look at that candle. Inside of this candle, see this candle? I'm expecting an expansion by the next candle. Did I get the expansion? No, I didn't get it. Look at the expansion by the next few candles. This one, inside that candle, see? Look at the expansion by the next candle. Just look for some inside, look here, this candle, see? This candle is inside that candle, here. Inside of that candle, look at the next candle, expansion. If you find any other inside candle, see here, this one is an inside candle of that candle. Look at the next candle. Did I get the expansion? No, I didn't get it. What is the color of this candle? Green. Look at the expansion by the next candle. It is not an idea that is going to happen 100% time, but as I go one by another, one after another, you saw that how beautifully it is working. So this information, you have to keep that in your mind. It doesn't have the freedom, but it's a concept. Okay, now if you ask me why ICT talked about this and how he explained that, I won't be able to show that because ICT talked about inside candle and then expansion you can expect, but not the way I'm showing you. Okay, so to be honest, I don't want to give the reference. This is my own observation. I'm going to see that. Please do it by yourself, and if you find it good, use it. If I don't, like here, look at that candle. It is an inside of that candle. Now next candle, no, it didn't give the expansion. But if you see, it has closed as a bull candle. Then the next candle, bull candle, went higher. So if you are looking for a bull run, or maybe the very next day you are looking for a bull run, see, it went until this area. So from there to there, it was a bull candle or bull run, huge run, then closed as a bear candle. So you can say it didn't work over here. Okay, so if you want, but I know how to use this area. You also know that. So if it's up to you, if you would love to use it, go and use it. If you don't want to use it, it's absolutely okay. Okay, I would love to leave this area to daily as well. So from the daily chart, so far I'm expecting that this is going to be inside that Friday candle, so that I can make sure that in Tuesday it will go higher a bit to take the liquidity, then it will expand toward the sell side liquidity if I have it. From the daily chart, I have the sell side liquidity over here. I don't have any other sell side liquidity, and today it can maximum go higher until this highest candle, which is over here, highest line, which is 30%. So it can reach until the 30%. I'd love to go faster in hourly chart. This is the hourly chart. If you mark that high and that low, and if you look for the 50% of that area, let me actually show you here. This high is a shallow run, so over here this is a buy side liquidity. So if you mark that buy side liquidity area, and the sorry, I will talk about this a bit later, but look first here. This high and that low, this is the 50%. This is the gap, which is around the 50%, this hourly gap. So this market can maximum reach until this hourly bearish gap before falling if it wants to fall for this sell side liquidity. This low has been taken over here with a shallow run, which is a sell side liquidity. So I'm expecting that market will go toward that sell side liquidity, but not by today. But if it is overzealous and go for this sell side liquidity, I am more interested to frame a sell setup. But I'm expecting that market is not going to take this low or that high. I'm not interested to see that. So I would love to see if market fall a bit, it will go higher again. If it go higher again, it will fall a bit. So this hourly gap and this constant encroachment will be the range for today. I am more interested to see that it will be in a ranging market. From 15-minute chart, I really don't have anything to say here because this whole leg is a messy leg, lot of long weeks. So I really don't need to talk about anything here. Hey, did you know? You don't know if you don't have it, can take this. Huh? If you don't have, I think I don't have. Can you check? Yes, can I use this? Yes, I do. Okay, can I use that? Thank you. So guys, that's all for the beginning, and this is the 1 minute chart. I don't think so it's a good idea to trade this morning session, but of course we will try. I think that I will stay until the lunch hour or around the PM session because I am not sure that I will frame any setup by this morning session. I'm just not sure that I will get any setup opportunity by this morning session. Okay, I'm just not thinking like that way. From 15 minutes, it should be like accumulation. The way it is doing, I am expecting this is going to happen the rest of the morning session. So if there is a possibility to trade, it will be around the PM session, but we will see. Okay. Like here. So let's wait until 9:30. Now I have 2 minutes. Let me talk about you guys. How are you all? I hope everyone is cool. I'm sorry I was late, so I had to start the analysis. If you have understand this, what I told, thank you, brother. If you have the confusion, just let me know. So you have copy pen with you while streaming. You have copy pen. What is copy pen, brother? I don't know what is copy pen. Titu, please answer. What was your question? DB, you have to say again, brother, because I was just doing the analysis, so I don't know what is your question. Look at the reaction here by the new week opening gap. This is the new week opening gap by this week, and look at the reaction to the top of this new week opening gap. This is a sign that this market will come again until the 50% of this new week opening gap. Notebook? No, I don't have any notebook, brother. No notebook. Dance live with mom and no. Welcome. Hey, brother, are you new here, brother? I didn't know. I didn't see your name, and I can see you are my members as well. What do you spend your money you make from trading one? This is a very personal question. Why do you ask that question, Mong Yang? How are you, my master? I'm not the master. I'm not the maker. How are you, brother? This is 9:30, by the way. How are you, brother? I'm a student like you. Okay. This is the opening gap. Would love to mark the opening gap here. Last week, the first presented gap worked only in Friday. So rest of the day it didn't work. Don't give up, brother. It's just a bad week. It doesn't mean that it's gonna happen every day. I'll go for the first presented gap today because this is the low probable area to trade. So I'll try to catch the entry around the first presented gap. One daily time frame, we took liquidity with a bullish fair value gap, and now we broke that fair value gap. Can we use this as a bearish inverse? For the bearish inverse gap, brother, I have already talked about the bearish inverse gap. If you are confused about this, I asked ICT himself. I have some logic for using the gap as a bearish gap, or sorry, as an inverse gap. I have a logic. So if the logic worked perfectly, I will I will work that with a bearish gap, sorry, inverse gap. Otherwise, I'm not interested to. So here I will just love to mute it so that there will be no copyright. Okay, so I think it's mute. Okay, here ICT marked this gap as a inverse gap. Now, if you see market tap to this gap, take the liquidity. This high has been taken and some highs has been taken over here. So this gap has been traded and market take that liquidity. So ICT didn't mark any of this fair value gap as an inverse gap. Instead of that, he marked this gap as an inverse fair value gap. So I don't know why he marked it over here, but this is the only gap I keep using as my inversion fair value gap. This is gap, tap to this gap, take the liquidity. There is no other liquidity taken after trading this gap. So this is my inverse gap. And in this, if you watch ICT's last uploaded video over here, he clearly told that this is the inverse fair value gap. There was another gap. There was another gap from the bullish candle that has been respected very nice way. He didn't use any of this gap as an inverse gap. He used this gap as an inverse gap. So if you are already in Twitter, I have already asked, can anyone tell me why ICT called that as an inverse gap? So it can be a coincidence, but to be honest, I would love to use the inverse gap if it is used like that way. Otherwise, I don't love to use this one as an inverse gap. Here, I would love to see if it is a first presented gap or not. Okay, so if it is 5-handle gap, then I would love to mark this as a first presented gap. So actually, yeah. No, it's not the first presented gap because it's not 5-handle. Okay, it's 4-handle 2 tick. So if it is 4-handle 2 tick, I'm not going to use this as a first presented gap. If you want to use this as a first presented gap, you can use it. I don't have the first presented gap yet. Of course, if you want, you can use this one. I am not going to use this one because it's not 5-handle. I need the 5-handle gap to get my first presented gap. So let's see if it can make the first presented gap over here. If it is going to make the first presented gap, I will use this gap as my sell opportunity from the very first presented gap. Okay, of course, this is according to me. This will be according to me. Still it is valid. Still this is valid. So I'll go for the sell from this gap. Stop loss has to be above this area, but I won't be able to do that, so I will put it 25-handle. Okay, I will go for 25-handle. So it will be 1:1. 25 25-handle stop loss for 25-handle profit target. There is no volume imbalance, so it has to trade the first presented gap. So let's see if it can provide me the entry opportunity. This first presented gap is according to me. If you would love to mark any other gap for your first presented gap, you are welcome to go for that. Hey Ravi, thanks for that penguin. Jason, good afternoon, brother. If I miss it, it's okay. When it went higher, it didn't make liquidity. You can say this high didn't make the liquidity. It has reacted from this gap or this order block, which has traded this last parallel gap from 1 minute chart. So it has traded that order block, take all of these highs. Now I have some liquidity around this area from the sell opportunity. I have some liquidity. All of this area is a clean liquidity, and I have also this new week opening gap, as I told, to the top reaction. It should reach at least until the 50% of this new week opening gap. So it can go for that new week opening gap 50%. It is a good idea to frame the sell setup from the first presented gap, not only by the first presented gap, but also depending on the price action. It's a good logic to frame the sell setup. But here, if it doesn't reach until this first presented gap, I'll just not take that entry. As if I had another fair value gap over here, I would try to take that entry and would put my stop loss above the breakaway gap. Then I would use this gap as my breakaway gap. As I don't have any other gap, I'm not going to use any other gap to take my entry. You can talk about the breaker block, which is here, low, high, high, low, higher, high. Of course, you can use the breaker block. I'm not interested to take the entry from this area. If it come here, I'll take the sell. If it doesn't come here, I will not go for that sell. So let's see if we can get something from here. It came to the top of this new week opening gap. So keep an eye on my right hand side here, this chart. This is today's new week opening gap. Okay, so it tapped to this new week opening gap high. I'm not convinced yet. It has to come until the 50% of this new week opening gap. Okay, so I'm not still thinking that this market can go higher. Still, this opportunity will be there, but this time I will just, I can get the opportunity to take the entry, I will take the partial around 25 handle and I will hold my trade until the CE of this new week opening gap. But remember that this is a really risky entry. Of course, you have to take the, you have to understand the risk over here. It can be a very nice accumulation day. That means it fall a bit, it will go higher. It will go higher, it will fall a bit. So it can do something like that. This entry I'm framing just from the first presented gap, because according to the price action, I didn't have the entry opportunity. I would still love to catch that first presented gap entry if it provide me that. Hi bro, we did see the first half of you. What is the other half released? Other half is in processing, brother. Other half is processing, brother. When the processing will be done, I'll upload that. What was that, Moran? Oh man. El Sapati. Thanks for the penguin, man. No need to rush. Okay, I don't think so. This morning session will be a great area to trade. So I really would love to see that. Let me just open and you are doing Twitter. Okay, it's not fair. Let me remove this for now. Okay, so I can frame a buy setup actually. If I can frame a buy setup, I'll go for the buy actually. Why you are looking for buy and sell? Because today it should be like buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. It should be an accumulation day. I'm expecting this is going to be accumulation day. This dotted line should not be taken by today. This dotted line should not be taken by today. and market should not close above that line, which is the hourly gap. So it should not go above the hourly gap high. I'm expecting it will be an consolidation day or accumulation day. Embrace yourself. We are hitting 10k 10k. Oh man. Yeah, we're very near to 10k subscriber. Right now I have 9,918 subscriber. Let's see if we can hit 10k subscriber or not. Be very careful with your live money today, brother. It is a very tough day to trade. I'm saying you will see that at the end of the day. It's a very tough day to trade. I'm expecting this gonna be an accumulation day, not one-sided run. So be oversure that you are not over trading, you are not overzealous to claim any setup. So please make sure that you are not over trading today, over leveraging today. These lines are the opening gap. Okay, so far it is reacting from the upper quadrant of the opening gap. If you go to the regular trading hour, this candle close, this candle open, there is an opening gap. See this gap? So these lines divided that opening gap into four portions: 50% lower quadrant, upper quadrant, low, high. So for this area is actually holding the market. Okay, it's cool. At the same time, we have new week opening gap high. No sell is valid when market is above the new week opening gap high. Though I'm thinking that this market will reach until this 50% at least before even going higher. Just need to make sure that it is going to happen or not. Okay, so I have to wait here. Isn't it early to buy? Let's see another leg down first. Yeah, I'm not taking any entry. If I get something, then I'll go for the trade. If I don't find anything, I'm not going to take the entry, of course. But if I just remove that sell limit, because if I find any buying opportunity, I'll go for that. I just told that. I'm going to trade the only 7 a.m. kill zone to complete my eval. How will that? How can I say that, brother? You have to do it by yourself. So you can try, you can observe, you can back test, and then if you feel confident, go for it. It's all your choice. I should not give you any compliment or any direction. Waiting for macro. Okay, Caesar, let's see. Brother, I wanna gamble. Do it, man. Substitute done with pre-market 8 to 840 buy. That's cool. If you have already done it, congratulations, brother. This is the low of the opening gap. So it tapped to this low. I really would love to see it will reach at least until this 50% of this new week opening gap. So a bit lower. A bit lower, it will fall little bit, then I will see if it can go higher. If it fail to go higher and if it keep falling, of course I'll frame the sell. From the daily chart, you know that what I am expecting, it should keep falling, right? So I'm expecting that it will keep falling. But as the Monday we don't have any news, I'm not expecting that expansion. I want to see it will be inside the day, I mean Friday candle. So that is why I'm expecting it will go higher. And now I have the buy side liquidity from the 15-minute chart. Look over here, this high and that high, they are the relatively equal highs, which is a very strong resistance zone, which is my buy side liquidity. So I would love to see if it can now go for that buy side liquidity or not. So it fall a bit, it will go higher, it will take that buy side liquidity, it will leave this obvious liquidity here, this low, that low, obvious liquidity, it will fall again for this obvious liquidity. So here is a time to look for the buying opportunity. If it can make this bullish fair value gap, I'll try to take the buy from this bullish gap. Please don't copy my trade, it's a request. I'll try to catch it. Let me check the stop loss. 17 handle stop loss. Not bad. If there is a bullish gap, of course. If no bullish gap, no entry. Let's see if it can take me or not. I take a small risk over here. Even before tapping to this 50%, I tried to frame this buying opportunity. This is really not a good idea, but still I would love to take that risk because it should be the accumulation day. Okay, so something should not be like perfectly, it will perfectly reach over there, perfectly go over there. It's not something like that. So let's see if it can give me the entry. If it give me the entry, I'll try to take the partial in the most logical level, which is like here. So around this area, I'll try to take the partial. If it take me, if it doesn't take me, I'm not going to take. I mean, I'm not going to chase the market. Stop loss is 17 handle, which is good for me. I wish it will take me. I don't know. Come on, come on. This is the order block, the lowest down close body close candle, which has traded this new week opening gap. Of course, it can be reacted from this order block. I would love to see it will reach at least until the open of this order block. So if it come to this open of this order block, I will be in the market. If it react from this order block and keep going higher, I'll just miss this trade. I'm okay with that. Not going to chase the price here from this order block level. Okay. For a bit, I will miss it. I'm okay with that. But as the stop loss, I put it tight. I should put it below this low. I didn't do it, so I don't want to enter a bit higher. I would love to wait exactly from this order block. I mean, sorry, this fair value gap. But of course, it can reverse from this order block. If it doesn't reach, I'm going to miss this trade. If it trade this gap keep falling, I'll get stopped out over here. I should put it below this low. I'm not going to put it below that low because this is a precise market. So if it is a precise market, it doesn't need to reach until the 50% of that week. So I just covered the 50% of that week here, this 50%. It should not reach until the 50% of this week. Even if it comes a bit, it can tap exactly to the 50%. So I covered that area. Okay, it should take me now. I don't know why it didn't take me. It tapped to this fair value gap. It should take me now. I'm not here. Maybe I didn't enter here, but you should be in the trade already because it tapped to this. Okay, I actually put it a bit lower. See here, a bit lower, but it should be there exactly to the top, and you should be in the market already. Now I'm in. This will be my first partial, and this will be my target. So if it started to go higher, I'll put the limit order over there before falling. There. I don't want to see it will reach until the 50% of that week. It should not reach until the 50% of that week. For sure, it's boom all in with my dog. No, please don't do that. It's a boom as a sell. I got stopped out over here. Don't do that. All in all, no, don't go for that. I will keep looking for buying opportunity again from this area. I got a loss. I will go for the buy again. Now it has done all the job here. Trade the 50% of this weekly week gap. 50% has been traded. If I get another opportunity to take the buy, I'll go for that again. This morning session is the lowest probable area. That's why I told that I will be back in the PM session as well, because this is the lowest probable area to trade. Today's morning session is gonna be the lowest probable area to trade. If it go higher again, I will try to look for the buy again before taking this low. If this dotted line is taken, maybe I'm not interested to frame the buying opportunity. I will look for any selling opportunity if this dotted line is taken. I think so, Jamie. I think so. The PM session will be much more precise and it will be very easy to trade the PM session, not the morning session. I told you that I'll be here until the PM session. any kind of fall now, I will look for the buying opportunity. So if it provide me the buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy until this dotted line is not taken. If the dotted line is taken, then I have to wait until this new week opening gap broken again to frame any buy setup. If this dotted line is taken, okay, it should not take this dotted line because this is the low of Friday. This is the low of Friday. Friday low should not be taken. This travel gap doesn't have any value to me right now. Going to remove this opening gap as well and the order block. Here, when it is falling, it can maximum fall until the low of this new week opening gap. This is the new week opening gap low. So top rejection, low rejection is acceptable. It should not breach that dotted line. If the dotted line is broken, I have to, okay. Now it has taken that low. Okay, it has taken that low, Friday low. I will wait until the body close above this new week opening gap high now. If I would love to frame any buy setup, otherwise this will keep falling. So for me, I have to look for the sell only. I can't look for the buy until the body close above this new week opening gap. There is that sell side liquidity. If it wants to fall for this sell side liquidity, I have to frame this sell. But for that, I need a bearish gap here. Then this bearish gap will send me the selling opportunity. So from 15-minute chart, if it make a bearish gap now, I'll start to look for sell for this sell side liquidity. Otherwise, if this candle close above this new week opening gap high, I will look for the buy side delivery. Is this gonna be one-sided? I don't think so. Even though it has taken Friday low, it's okay, but I don't think so it's gonna be one-sided. But of course it can be one-sided. I have to have an expectation. If the expectation doesn't match, that is a low probable area for me to trade. For example, my expectation was this dotted line is not going to be taken because this was the Friday low. When this low has been taken, now it's an area where I have no idea how this is going to work. So I have to wait for the uh, price action to show me some logic to go for the next entry. I tried that entry from this first gap after trading the new week opening gap. It didn't work. So I will frame the next entry opportunity either from 15-minute bearish gap for sell, for buying, body close above this new week opening gap high. I will look for the buy again. Can I chase the price right now for this sell side liquid? No, I'm not interested to chase the price for this sell side liquid. Even if it keep falling, take the sell side liquidity, I'll let this go. Chill, guys, chill. Don't worry, brother. Just the opening. Market has just opened. It's not a big deal yet. Okay, we are in the macro 950 to 1010 macro. So let's see if it can provide anything good around the macro time. I'll be back in the PM session, brother. Good luck. Hey, Jamie. Don't say me good luck today. It's not a good luck this morning session. It should be a bad luck for me, of course. What are you doing, Master Maker, if the market is boring? I should go outside, okay? But as I'm here live streaming, so I would love to see if there is another possibility. As I have already taken a loss, I'd love to see if there is a possibility. But in this type of days where there is no news and I'm expecting something specific and it didn't happen, I just simply close the trade, leave trading, come back around the PM session for for a better opportunity. Here is a new week opening gap high over here. This is two new week opening gap overlapped. So one is from there to there, another one is from there to there. So would love to see if it can stop the market and send it a bit higher or not, or if it is keep falling for this sell side liquidity. If it keep falling for this sell side liquidity, I will have no idea to, no chance to take that sell. I told you if I would love to take a buy, I will wait to market close above this new week opening gap high. I would love to wait to market close above this new week opening gap high to frame the buy setup. If I would love to look for a sell, then it has to make a bearish gap from 15-minute chart here. It will trade that 15-minute bearish gap, then it will fall for this sell side liquidity. In the meantime, any kind of buying opportunity from a very logical level, I'll go for it. If I find any setup actually. Let's wait a bit because right now it's chasing price, not no way to chase this price. 3 minutes to go for 10 a.m. So around 10 a.m. it can provide any kind of reaction. So it tapped to this new week opening gap high over here. So let's see if it can provide any kind of reaction from there, from this area. It's a very strong zone, very strong line, which is a new week opening gap high, overlapped with another new week opening gap. Let's see if it can respect a bit from there. So far we have just 17 handle loss. We have to mitigate our loss, right? Don't worry, we'll mitigate our loss first. This candle will close within 1 minute 30 seconds. So if the body close around this area, this line, blue line, I will say that it is reacting from this area. Okay, so in that type of situation, I will try to frame any kind of buying opportunity until this first presented gap. But before that, of course, I will take some partial around this area, because it can simply make the bearish gap, trade that bearish gap before falling. So I don't want to hold the trade until this area. Just I have to make sure that this 15-minute candle has respected the top of this new week opening gap, overlapped new week opening gap, to get the reaction from there. But brother, it's a bearish market. Why you are framing the buy setup? Because it has taken the liquidity. Yeah, I know that it has the sell side liquidity, but this new week opening gap are the direction changer for me. They can simply change the direction. Like here, when it has been broken, it has simply changed the direction for the sell side liquidity. If it is broken, then it will reach until this area, that area. So if it close inside this new week opening gap, no, I will not go for any kind of buy. I have no way to look for the buy if it close inside this new week opening gap. So within 12 seconds, if it doesn't close above this high, I will not look for any kind of buy. No buy I'm looking for now. We look for any kind of 15-minute bearish gap here. It will trade that bearish gap for this sell side liquidity. This is my plan right now. If it keep falling, I will do nothing. If it keep falling like this way, any kind of higher manipulation can give me a selling opportunity as the market has closed inside this new week opening gap. So any kind of higher run can give me the selling opportunity. You wanna chase the market, please chase it. I have no idea how to chase the market, so I'm not going to chase this market. This is the sell side liquidity that can be taken. Of course, it can go toward that area, but I'm not going to chase this market. But at the same time, I'm saying you please don't follow me. If you want to chase it, go and chase it. I'm just not interested to chase it, and I don't know why this is too much volatile. Like one candle is 56 candle. Today is Monday, no news, nothing. Still, this candle is 56 candle. I have no idea why it is that like that way. So it tapped to the 50% of this new week opening gap. Needs some kind of reaction for that 15-minute gap to be validated. So if it keep falling and take that sell side liquidity, I will miss the selling opportunity as well. Before taking this sell side liquidity, if it validate this bearish gap from 15-minute chart, I'll try to frame the sell setup. When it will go a bit higher, do some manipulation, I'll frame the selling opportunity for this sell side liquidity. Market opened here around this area, went a bit higher, falling. Went a bit higher, no manipulation, falling, keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. This is a falling knife. Don't catch the falling knife. It's a bad habit. It's a bad practice. Don't practice this bad habit. It will hurt you a lot. Don't practice this bad habit. It is falling, let him fall. No need to chase this market. Please don't chase the market. You are thinking that it is falling, I'm going to miss all the opportunity to take sell. No, it's not a good price. It's just simply a weird falling knife. Don't catch this falling knife. If you are a bit wrong, it will cut your hand, finger. Yeah, Casey, I was looking for some a buying opportunity, but it's okay. Didn't work, and I was expecting it's gonna be a accumulation day, but it's absolutely a perfect expansion day. Market open, trade the 20%, finish the TGIF. Now it's falling. Really so difficult to expect this type of scenario. So difficult for me to expect this type of scenario. Made the bearish gap, it's keep falling. So difficult. Just all black candle, black candle, black candle. There is a daily volume balance below, it's going there. Okay, I didn't know that, brother. Totally okay. Watch for retracement right now. Okay, let's see, brother. I am really expecting some kind of retracement. Tap to this new week opening gap low. To be honest, I'm expecting a bit retracement, at least from this line, dotted line, which is 50% top, dotted line low. Any of these lines should give me some kind of retracement. So let's see if it can give me some retracement or if it keep falling and take this sell side liquidity. If it take that sell side liquidity, then it has a possibility to retrace from this area, from this 4 hour gap. Why 4 hour gap? Because from 1 minute, 1 hour chart, 50-minute chart, there is nothing. That's why I just marked that 4 hour gap. So it can be reacted from this 4 hour chart. This falling knife I will never catch. This is the sell side liquidity from the 15 hourly chart. If you go to hourly chart, shallow run, which is called the obvious liquidity, it will take this liquidity and then this fair value gap. So let's see. Before taking this liquidity, if it can go a bit higher, I'll frame a selling opportunity. Totally okay. Gamble 10. FXL, if you are profitable, of course, man. I mean, there is nothing wrong if you are profitable, but don't practice bad habit. Practicing bad habit is always bad. It's a 41 handle. If I want to use this as an order block, my stop loss will be 41 handle. I can't look for that 41 handle stop loss. I'm not able to use it. For example, this is order block. We'll tap to this order block, came until to this fair value gap. If I would love to frame this, for example, here, look at this 45 handle stop loss. I'm not interested to take that entry for 45 handle. So it tapped to this new week opening gap, providing me some kind of reaction. I'm happy to see that. Next time it will start to fall, I will go for that sell until the sell side liquidity is not taken. $21,405 is the low of the day. Volume balance 21,045. No man, it doesn't need to fall until that area. It's too far. I sell on that fair value gap. Okay. Congratulations, brother, for selling and getting some profit over there. Now let's see if there is any price action come after that big fall. If the price action come, then I will try to catch some opportunity here. I'm not watching here, I'm watching here how it is reacting in this dotted line, this low and that top. I'm just watching all of these three lines, how it is going to react from those lines. Now this sell side liquidity is obvious to me. I'm more interested to see that this sell side liquidity will be taken. From the hourly chart, if you come here, this is a shallow run, which is called obvious liquidity. So it come very near, believing those people who actually the support trader here, that this is a very strong support zone here. So it tapped to this support zone, market is going higher. So they are going to believe that this is a very strong support zone. It will go higher. I will try to frame the sell for this sell side liquidity or that area. I'm not interested to look for buy. If you would love to look for buy, please go for it. Patience, the key to success in the markets. The most profitable traders are those who can wait patiently for the right opportunities rather than rushing into trades. Trading requires discipline. Absolutely, Tamimi. It's true, man. So let's see if it can provide me any kind of selling opportunity. Any kind of sell I will get, I'll go for this sell side liquidity and finally this area. Okay. As I showed you, this is a very strong support zone now. Every time market is going high, people are seeing this is a very strong support. So they're taking the buy. I don't want them to be profitable. I want to see them to be stopped out. So that is why I will frame the selling opportunity for this sell side liquidity. All I need a setup now to look for the sell before closing above this high. So if it close above this high, maybe I will not look for selling opportunity. If it close above this blue line, this 15-minute candle, if it close above this blue line, then I will not look for any kind of sell. But until it is not going to close below this above this blue line, I will try to look for selling opportunity. More importantly, from this bearish gap. So I'm going to mark the bearish gap here from 50-minute chart. This is the 50-minute bearish gap. So if it go until this 15-minute gap, it will go one tick below this high. I will try to frame the selling opportunity. If it coming from there, it is acceptable. It doesn't need to reach until this area, but if it reach, perfect. This is the low which is reacting. 50% is also reacting. High is also reacting. So all of this area is reacting. I don't want to see, first thing, body close above this blue line. Second thing, it should not keep going higher above the 50% of this 15-minute gap. So let's see if it provide me that or not. By the way, this gap doesn't have any value. If the body 15-minute candle close above this blue line, which is the new week opening gap high, I will not look for sell. I will let the sell go. I will have no opportunity to take the sell. So within 43 second or 40 second, it has to close below this line. And I'll just readjust it. If it move it a bit higher, then I'll just readjust the 50-minute gap. It has to close inside this new week opening gap. Otherwise, I will say this is a fake breakout. And then I have to wait until body close above this new week opening gap to frame my buying setup, which is really time consuming fact. So I'm watching this candle, how it is going to close. 2 1 0. Okay, perfect. It has closed inside this new week opening gap. Now any kind of selling opportunity is valid to me. All I want to see, it will tap to this 15-minute gap before falling. If it happens, that is the best case of scenario. If it happens, if it come inside this 15-minute bearish gap, then it is a valid selling setups or selling opportunity when market will inside this new week opening gap again. It has built the 15-minute gap now. I'm really so happy. So I need some manipulation. PO3. Market will go higher, then it will start to fall for this sell side liquidity. Bartender, I politely would love to ask you, if you would love to look for buy, go for it. If you would love to look for sell, go for it. Whatever you want to do, go for it. Please don't tell me to do what I have to do. Please, it's a request to all of you. You don't need to copy my trade. You don't need to do whatever I'm thinking. If I'm looking for sell, you don't need to think about the sell as well. You can simply look for the buy. It's absolutely okay. But just don't tell me what I have to do. Okay, I'm just politely requesting to all of you. Thank you so much for understanding. Any kind of sell now, I'll go for that. Okay, so it has tapped to this 15-minute gap. Of course, it can go higher until the 50%. Until the 50%, I'm okay. But I really would love to see it will react from this area. Will not go to the premium zone before falling. This area market has built a strong support. I'm going to show you one more time. Okay, look over here. This is a support zone. People are saying this is a very strong support zone. See this support, this low, this low, this low. It's a very strong support zone. So people will start to think this market is bullish. So they are chasing the market. And what this market will do, this market will fall again, stop them out. This is my logic to frame the sell. So it has traded this 15-minute gap. Any kind of selling opportunity now, I'll go for that. Please don't copy my trade. It's a request, okay, to all of you. I don't know it will take me or not. Of course, I'm not going to hold it for 72 handle. I will of course try to close my trade, sorry, partial around this area first. So it will be my partial area at least. If it take me, if it doesn't take me, I'm okay, absolutely okay with that because this is a very rush market. So I can miss this trade for a bit. It's okay. Okay, I missed this order block entry. Let's see if it can make a bearish gap. Please don't do that. Don't do that with me. Oh man, this is so pathetic. Okay, this is why this is like what to say. I don't know. Now enter from this area is not possible for me. To be honest, it's not possible for me because my stop loss has to be there around this area, which is 36 handle. So I will not go for this trade. But if you want, you can. I'm just going to remove this because I was trying to take the sell from this order block. I showed you why I was looking for that. Of course, I would take the partial for 31 handle, which was from there to this area, this order block open. I would try to go for that partial and then hold my trade until this area. Now from here, I'm not interested to take this entry. If you want, you can go for it. It's a perfect logical trade, but it's 36 handle, something like that. I'm not interested to take that much risk for this fair value gap. This is a logical level to go for that entry from this fair value gap. I'm not going to take it, but as I told you, it's a logical thing because 36 handle. So if you want to go, make sure that you are not over leveraged. Of course, don't hold it until 54. Try to take some partial before that 24. I mean 54 handle. Try to take some partial around 20 handle, 25 handle, 30 handle, something like that. Okay, so maybe there. Here, try to take a partial around this area. 1 is to 1. 36 handle loss, 36 handle partial. I'm not going for it because if I'm wrong, okay, as you can see, it tapped to this 50% of this new week opening gap. Now it will go higher. Maybe it will go higher. I'm wrong. I will get 36 handle loss. I don't want to take that 36 handle loss. That is why I'm not pushing the button. If you want to go for it, make sure that you are not over leveraged. This market, I believe, will take the sell side liquidity, but just don't over leverage here. This is the only request to all of you. I would go for the trade from this order block. If it would take me, I would go for the trade from this order block because stop loss was limited to me. 22 handle stop loss, it was perfectly okay for me. But now the stop loss is gonna be 36 handle. I'm not interested to take that 36 handle risk. It's my opinion. Even though it's an high probability, sorry, not high probability because there is no setup. But even though I'm believing this market will keep falling, I'm not interested to take that 36 handle loss. But if the stop loss was 22 handle or maybe 20, maximum 25 handle, I would go for this trade as you saw from that order block level. But make sure that you are not going to hold your trade until this area without taking the partial. You have to take the partial in between 25 to 40 handle wherever you feel good. Okay, so let put it like 50% of that week, which is an immediate rebalance week. So until this 50%, try to take the partial to this 50% of this week, okay, which is 35, 36 handle, something like that. Do you still have limit on order block? No, I'm not going to take the entry from this order block anymore. If I would love to use the order block entry, as my partial opportunity has gone, because this middle order block was my partial opportunity. It can reverse from this partial, I mean middle order block. So I'm not going to limit my order from this order block anymore. If I would love to go for the trade from this order block, I will wait for the propulsion block. So my entry will be from the propulsion block. The only reason is it is reacting from this 50% or inside this from this middle order block. No need to, if it is started to go higher, don't worry about that because it can of course trade that order block. That is why my stop loss is over there. See, otherwise I wouldn't let this run go because I saw this strong support zone and I never doubt of this type of support zone, never ever. But just because of the manipulation, if I'm wrong, what is going to happen? I'm going to get a huge loss. I'm just not interested to take the risk here. Money management is everything to me, so I will take that risk. If there was a setup, for example, I'm looking for 22 YT model. If there was a 22 YT model, man, I would go for this trade even if it is 36 handle. I don't care about that. As there is no setup, I'm just using this order block as well as this fair value cap. I have to take that risk, and it is a like huge risk for me. 36 handle. Now in YouTube, you will see that a lot of people actually put their stop loss here somewhere, and then they frame 100 handle. It's not like me. Okay, I'm not interested to trade like them. If it is started to go higher a bit, don't worry about that. It can trade this order block, open up this order block, mean threshold of this order block before falling. If I want to trade here, I will wait for a propulsion block entry from this order block. If it can make the propulsion block, yeah, I'll frame that sell setup from that propulsion block. Remember our loss 17 handle. You'll see how the 17 handle loss mitigation is too easy. Even if I would love to take the entry from there, okay, did it provide me 17 handle? Let me check. 23 handle. My loss has been mitigated, but it's okay. But here that should be the partial. You're most welcome, Ben. But of course, you guys can try the entry from this order block as well. I mean, if you would love to trade, I have nothing to say. But if you ask me what I should expect here, I'm saying you that. Why I'm not taking this entry? What is the reason not to take this entry? Even if it is good, everything, okay, I'm explaining here. I'm not thinking this market will go higher. But if I'm wrong, what is going to happen? I'm going to get loss, 36 handle loss. I don't want to take this 36 handle loss as it is the mini contract. If I was in micro contract, I would go for two micro contract entry, because 36 handle for two micro contract entry, it's gonna be like how much? Maybe 120 or something like that. All I don't doubt is about my liquidity level. Okay, liquidity level, I don't doubt about that. The way I showed you that liquidity, it's a very strong support zone, man. Trust me. All the retail traders are taking buy over there. Do you know why? Because this is a very strong support zone, and this market will go toward that support zone. This whole buy run are just to make them believe that this support is going to work, and that is why they are going to take the buy from there. And this market will fall, stop them out. See, that should be your partial. Please make sure that 35 handle, remember the loss, 17 handle, 35 handle profit, more than enough for being profitable for today. It's more than enough. Trust me, sir. If you don't want to take the partial, no worries. Close your trade over there. If you don't want to close it, then hold your trade. If you have the opportunity to take the partial, take next partial here and hold your trade until this area. This market will come here. I believe that. By putting your stop loss to the break even. So after taking the partial, this should be the next area to take the partial or to close the trade here. This wasn't perfect area to take the entry, as I didn't take it. If I'm wrong, what is going to happen? I'm going to get 36 handle loss. I don't want to take 36 handle loss because I'm in mini contract. If it was 22 handle, 25 handle, I would go for this trade. I explained why and how. Every candle I told why, how I want to see this candle is going to close, how this candle will trade this 50-minute gap, and then the selling opportunity. I framed the sell from this order block. If this candle could tap to this order block, I would go for the sell from there. That would be my partial. I would hold my trade until this gap, until that gap. I wouldn't go for this area because this is the extreme liquidity. I would hold my trade until this gap, which is 54 handle. From there, it would be much more. 72 handle now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. When does the up close candle validate a propulsion block? If there was a candle which has traded this order block, then I would go for the propulsion block. It didn't trade the order block. I didn't get the propulsion block. I didn't push my button. Actually, when it make the fair value gap, it doesn't need to trade the order block. Or if there is any inversion fair value gap, it doesn't need to reach until this area. But sometimes market is overzealous, it trade that order block or the inversion gap, or maybe until the top of this order block. Sometimes. By the way, anybody took that sell? Let me know. I was not confused here. I just told the stop loss is bigger. That is why I'm not taking the entry. I was not confused. I was not saying that maybe it will work, maybe it won't work. Nothing like that way. I clearly told you that I'm only looking for sell and this market will fall. That is my belief. If I'm wrong, I will get a loss, huge loss. That is why I'm not taking this entry. I took it on paper. Okay, paper is different, brother. Anybody took it from your real money? Yeah, brother, you did a good job. I mean, but just by 2 micro, it's okay. Now keep watching how this market is going for the sell side liquidity. This candle can go a bit higher to trade the 50%, this dotted line. It can reach until this dotted line. Okay, there is nothing wrong. If it go a bit higher, it can reach until this dotted line. This week 50% is important to me. I would love to mark the 50% of that week. This is that week 50%. Okay, so I would love to mark a line over here. If this 50% is holding the market is not going to close below this 50% and close above this new opening gap high, I will start to look for a buying opportunity until this dotted line. Then I will start to look for sell again. If this 50% week 50% hold the market, that means 15-minute candle doesn't close below this low. I don't want to see that, but if it happens, then close above this line, I will look for a buying opportunity until this 50%. Then after reaching to this 50%, I will start to look for sell again for this sell side liquidity. I don't want to see that. I want to see it will keep falling. But if it happens, then I will get two opportunity, one buy, one sell, two things. Until this liquidity is not taken, I will keep getting my selling opportunity. Again, if this happens, for example, it come here, then keep going higher, closed there. I will look for the buy only, no sell. This sell side liquidity will be my weekly target. Then maybe it will be taken in Wednesday and Thursday, which I don't want to see right now. Because if it happens, this all people will get profitable. I don't want them to be profitable. I want them to get stopped out. Yes, we have now 22 YT model, but here the problem is this fair value gap. I can frame a sell from there. Just let me check the liquidity. Stop loss. Stop loss has to be there. Should I go for it? Yeah, I'll take this risk. Thank you, Jack. I actually didn't notice that we have 22 YT model. Market structure shift, fair value gap. Stop loss should be above that area. Target, I will target it to this order block level here. Where it is, there is 53 handle. In the meantime, I'll try to take a partial to the top of this gap from this 22 YT model here, from this gap. Oh man, sorry. Jack, sorry. I didn't notice the entry gap as well. I'm sorry, brother. Sorry, I didn't see that we have two gap. We have two gaps. Sorry. My mistake. This entry should be from there. Sorry, man. And stop loss has to be there. Oh, it's 34. Sorry, I didn't notice that we have two gap. I saw only one gap. This one I didn't notice. To be honest, I didn't notice. It should be from there, not from breakaway gap. It should be from this entry gap. So this is 22 YT model after the market structure shift, entry gap, breakaway gap. That is the breakaway gap. My mistake. That is the breakaway gap. My mistake. I didn't see, Jack. I didn't notice this gap. Okay. So actually the entry is from there. I missed it. When I'm a human being, I was thinking something else actually. So here, that should be the target. Partial should be to the top of this gap, which is here. 26 handle, that should be the partial. Target should be to the low of this area, which is the order block open. So this is the order block. That order block open should be the target. Around this area, that should be target. Market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. Breakaway gap. I didn't notice, I didn't see this entry fair value gap, brother. Thank you, Jack, for showing me this. I didn't notice it, to be honest. So don't say that, okay, after seeing that it didn't reach to this breakaway gap, so you are now framing the trade from this gap. No, I didn't notice this. I thought that I have just only one gap. I was more interested to see how this weak 50% is going to work. So my whole intention was over here, how it is going to react from this area. Because inside this new week opening gap, trading is too difficult. So I was looking for, by my own eye, I was watching all of these things. Let me show you. All of these things I was watching, how it is reacting from all of this area by my eyes. So thinking that can it react from there or from there, how it is going to react from those area. Remember, if you take the entry from this entry fair value gap, I don't know you took it or not. If you take it, that should be the partial. If you don't take the partial over here, you are gambling. Don't gamble, brother. your partial should be here. That should be the partial. Can I write boom, by the way, for this entry? Can I write boom? And here, either that should be the second partial, or you can hold it until this area here. Can I write boom? If you tell me, then I'll write it boom, man. Yeah, I agree with you that I didn't notice this one, so that is why I put my stop loss over here. I mean, sorry, put my limit order over there because I didn't notice this gap. This should be the second partial, the low, which is the order block open. Okay, so please make sure that you have either closed your trade over there or take the second partial over here, whatever you want to do. But this low, okay, here, this low. See, this entry, you got your boom for 54 handle. This entry, if you look for that, I didn't notice this when Jack told me this is 22 YT model. I noticed there is a 22 YT model. Can I write down boom, by the way? If you tell me, then I'll just write it boom. Okay, just don't say that, brother, you are talking about hindsight, so you didn't see that market reach until this area, so you have started to talk about this. Please don't say like that way. I'm really afraid of these things only. Thank you for that boom, ma'am. Thank you so much. If you didn't get it, no boom, lol. Hey, machine, I'm sorry, man. I didn't notice it. Thank you, Jack, by the way. Thanks for showing me. Look at the reaction from this low. Just look at the reaction. It's not because this parabolic gap low. It's because of this order block, this down close. I believe that it will be broken as well. I believe that. But it can send the market a bit higher to trade this breakaway gap now. Okay, so it has that power. That is why I told that it should be your target, or if it has to close maximum portion of your contract size over there. This order block is a very strong order block. I believe it will be broken, but the reaction can stop me out. That is why I want to close maximum portion of my uh, should be open. And all of you know how we have framed the sell. This is all matters. I tried my entry from this order block. I didn't get it. I didn't take it here because the stop loss was 36 handle. Just because of that, I didn't take this entry. Next opportunity from this gap, which is the entry gap. You should not go for the trade from this breakaway gap. Who the guys are thinking that why he's taking? I never frame my trade from the breakaway gap. Never ever in my life, I never ever frame my trade from this breakaway gap. If you don't believe me, you can check my previous lives. Today, I just didn't notice this. That's all. I was watching all of these lines actually, so my mind was over there. I believe that they will all be taken and this sell side liquidity will be taken. It's not enough to take this sell side liquidity. It has to reach to the top of this gap. It has to reach over there. My dog is now safe. I know you are the market woman. I'm not the market maker. Hinas, thanks for that woman. Thank you, Donichu Penguin. So my loss I took here. I took my loss 17 handle here. How many opportunities it has provided me to mitigate my loss? Not only the loss mitigation, but also look at the profit here. 41 handle profit. If I try to take entry here, 54 handle profit. It's just simple. This gap, which one you are asking, brother? It's not done its job yet, okay? But the order block can send the market a bit higher to trade this breakaway gap, or to trade this order block here. This one is our perfect order block. That one is the turtle soup order block. This one is the real order block. Where here, this one is the real order block. So it can come back again to trade this breakaway gap and trade the order block before falling. Under the liquidity, this is the 4-hour gap. If you go to your 4-hour chart, you will see this is that 4-hour gap here. I marked it from 4-hour chart. The reason is I don't have anything from hourly chart. Let me show you. This is the hourly chart. Look at the price over here. Yeah, I have a gap here. It's very small. If you want to use this gap, you can go for it. Okay, we have very small gap, but it's more easier to mark this gap. So I'm going to mark this one instead of this hourly gap. And from 15-minute chart, it's too messy. No problem. So just one guy took sell here. Nobody believed me. Oh brother, it's going higher now. Don't get confused, man. It should not go higher. At least until to the top of this gap. When it tapped to this gap, it has a possibility to go higher. Of course, I agree with you. It could go higher. Then this area can go higher. But if you frame a sell here until this gap, you should be safe. Thank you, my master. We'll be back later. Good luck on your trades, guys. Hey, Naj. Thank you, man. So you got your profit still in sell, bro. Okay, no problem. If you don't get stopped out, hold, man. As I told you, hold it until to the top of this gap. If you are not still get stopped out, and if you have taken the partial, hold it until to the top of this gap. So you can say, brother, why you are talking about the runner? It's not runner. It's called the logic. It should come until to the top of this gap. It's the logic, okay? I'm not seeing the runner. I'm seeing the logic. Why this market should fall. I have explained this. If you understand this, you will be very confident. When you saw this buy run, you should not get afraid. No, this is a bullish market now. No, it's not a bullish market. Look what happened here. It has taken Friday low, right? This is that Friday low. Previous day low has been taken. What should it do now? Should go higher, right? According to the liquidity taker who used the previous day low as a liquidity. But look at this fall. In that fall, I have nothing to do. In that whole fall, I have nothing to do. All I will start to work here. This small zone is my area to work. But all of this fall, I can't do anything over here because this is falling knife. I don't want to catch that falling knife. Then market went higher. It is back. Wizard is back. Now keep watching how this sell side liquidity will be taken and market will reach to this top of this gap. Keep watching. This run could go until this order block. It didn't reach. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. It could go over there. Okay. It could go before falling again. Yeah, my dog is safe now. I will buy chicken and dog food. No worries, man. Hello, just woke up. Hey, Miguel. You're a bit late, man. Is this boom valid? I'm really confused now. This boom is valid because I didn't see this. Oh man, Jack. By the way, Jack, did you take the entry from this entry gap? Just let me know, brother. If you take the entry from here, your stop loss has to be the candle above the candle which has made this breakaway gap, which is over here around this area. It should be there, but I just put it over here because just covered that gap low. So even if it go a bit higher, it should not breach the low of this gap. That is why I put my stop loss over here. But according to the rules, it should be at least above that high, above that high. As it was too much, so I actually put it over there around this area. By the way, guys, if you are in take profit trader and if you find any of this sell, you got some profit, just withdraw it right now. Don't hold it for so long. If any of you are with take profit trader, because you don't need to wait to get your payout. You don't need to wait for that. You got some profit, take it away from your account. And if any of you are interested, please don't forget to use the code T2 Wizard for 50% discount. To the top of this screen, you can see the promo over there. So please make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard for 50% discount. Take profit trader. Don't say that it's run its job. Okay. Here is one problem. You here had one problem. If the body doesn't close below this line, which is the weak 50% line, then it could go higher to trade the 50%. But look at this candle. This candle has closed below the 50% of that week. What does it mean? This is a bearish market. It is going to fall for the sell side liquidity. Now keep watching. I'll keep this because it could. Now keep watching, okay? Look over here. Keep watching. How it is reaching for this area. Not only that, more specifically until this line, until that line, how it is going to fall over there. If you learn something from this area, the thing I explained here, write down boom, man, because this information is the most important information. If you don't know this information, you will start to think that this is a deep discount now, market will go higher now. Okay, if you don't understand this small logic, if you need more clarification, please watch yesterday's video I have uploaded in our YouTube channel in the mentorship playlist. I clearly explained this sell side liquidity. So this is going to be a live example of the liquidity, how to look for the direction. I was already in from order block in MES. Oh, okay. Jack, you got the perfect entry from that area, man. You're confused why this is reaction is happening. Look at that. It is trading the low of this new week opening gap. Okay. So just a bit reaction from there. Don't worry, it will be broken. Trust me. It will be broken. This low will be taken. This sell side liquidity will be taken. Market will reach. If it doesn't reach here, it can react from this area. Okay. This area. This dotted line. This dotted line is aligned with the top of this 4-hour fair value gap high. This high is aligned with this dotted line, which is the new week opening gap 50%. Keep watching. I want to see that this gap will hold the market, send it lower. That means this gap should not be breached. This gap should not be breached and it will hold the market, it will send lower. That's all I want to see, because the low reaction, I don't like it. The low reaction of this new week opening gap, I don't want to see. It will hold the market and send it higher. That is why this gap is important to me. Which is stronger? This bearish gap is stronger or this low is stronger? That is going to define the market direction or some fall, next some move. Now it can spend a bit longer here. It could do that because of the macro. Okay, it could do that, but I would love to see this will hold the market and send it for the sell side liquidity. I want to see that. Look, when I'm saying this, when I'm seeing the bull candle, then I'm seeing that I want to see it will hold the market. Not after seeing the bear candle, it is still falling, then I'm not saying like that way. I would love to see nobody will close above this fair value gap. What else do you see? Mark the rejection block here. This is the rejection block. See this rejection block? Reaction from this rejection block. Reaction from the low of this new week opening gap low. This is all the reaction. This reaction is very difficult, very dangerous. So that is why I need the bearish period much more stronger. This bearish period should be much more stronger comparing with this rejection block and the low of this new week opening gap. When they will be broken, this is going to fall for this sell side liquidity. So I need the bearish period here. What else do I have here around this area? I don't have anything over here except this area. It's broken. I'm now thinking that it will go for that buy side liquidity here. For taking that buy side liquidity, it will go higher, then it will fall again. Does it did its job? No, it didn't finish its job. If it tap to this gap again, I'll look for the buy here for this highs. Now, is it a logical buy? Of course, it is going against my expectation, sorry, my direction, but this is a logical thing to me to reach for this area. First of all, macro. Secondly, low reaction, rejection block. Tap to this gap. I would love to take the buy from there until this buy side liquidity. Of course, I'm not going to hold it until 46 handle. I will try to take a partial when it will reach to this 50%, which is the weak 50%. So here I will take the partial over there and then I will hold it until this area, okay. Stop loss just covered this candle, just covered the high of this order block. So if I'm wrong, if this market would love to keep falling, I'm not going to get a huge stop loss. Okay, so just covered the high of this order block, which is the lowest down close body close candle here. This order block I'm talking about, that one. Just covered that high of this Best is to cover the open of this candle. I don't want to take that 1600 loss as I'm going against my bias. So I'll just cover it here, just the open or high of this water clock until this area that should be the partial. When the partial will be taken, when this gap is broken, I'm thinking the buy here when this gap is broken. If this gap is not was not broken, this could be the extremely bearish market to take this sell side liquidity. As this is broken, I would love to see it will go higher a bit, at least until this 50% of that C, then it will fall again, or maybe it will take that buy side liquidity, then it will fall. Here is the logic: rejection block, reaction, new week opening gap, low reaction, and the macro. Right now market is inside the macro, which is 1052 1110 macro. So it could work like that way. If I'm wrong, where did it trade? Open. Let's see if it can hold it or not. Does it hold? It will keep falling. Perfect, because this is against my bias. If I go against my bias, I will try to make sure that my stop loss is very small, like 10 handle, 12 handle, maximum 12 handle. If I go against my bias. Anybody can tell me what is this gap? Anybody can tell me what is this gap? Look at these lows, how clean these lows here. Okay, not rejection block low. Look at these two low, how beautiful these two lows are. And in the meantime, anybody can tell me that what is this gap? No, it's not reclaimed. No, it's not first fair value gap. It's not reclaimed. Okay, I'm gonna give you another another tips. I don't want to see anybody close above the 50% of this gap. Nobody should close above the 50% of this gap. Who can tell me what is this gap? If it was reclaimed gap, then I could say that, yeah, of course it can close above this gap and it can trade the order block above this area. But this gap should not be breached. The 50% can't be breached. Market can't close above the 50% of this gap. Who can tell me what is this gap? Absolutely, Akshay. This is called the trap gap. When market has built this gap, look at this. This high is not taken. This low is not taken. See, this candle failed to take this low. This candle failed to take that high. So this is a perfect trap gap. People who took sell, they got stopped out. Who take the buy, they got stopped out. But sellers got stopped out, buyers got stopped out. Hot rest, liquidity should not breach that 50%, should keep falling for this sell side liquidity. I'll put my stop loss a bit lower here, just above that area. Okay. No need to trail the stop loss because it has taken this liquidity here and build another liquidity reacting from the 50% of this week. This is the week 50%. Don't want to take that risk. So we'll put my stop loss above that high which has traded this trap gap. This gap has been traded by that candle, so don't want to see this high will be breached. Look, I put my first partial over here. Never ever do that. I did it so that I can explain this price action. Never ever did it. Try to take the partial in a very logical level, which is like 25 to 240 handle, maybe something this low. Yeah, this low can be a logical level to take the partial here. By putting your stop loss, that area it was over there. Here, there. No need to hold this partial level here. I am holding my partial so that I can explain the price action, but make sure that you are not doing it. This is the most logical level to take the partial, that low. Then this sell side liquidity and finally this area. Okay. So here 45 and I'm just going to remove it. Oh no, I need it because if I get stopped out, then I will show you that here stop loss should be there. Okay, not here. I just put it because I don't want to see this board. This will come to the 50. Okay, I got stopped out over here. This week 50% was reacting, so I didn't want to take that risk. But you don't need to take that risk over here. When this is reacting, this week 50%, I'm really afraid until this low of this new week opening gap is not broken, but it should be safe over here around this area. It should be safe over there. Keep watching. I wanted to work with the precision over here, but it's okay. So watching. It should not breach the 50% over here, and the only problem, macro. When market is inside this macro reacting from this 50%, it left the liquidity here. I was little afraid to see that fall before taking that liquidity, but it should be there. Okay, that's why I kept it over here. Nobody should close above the 50% of this gap if this market would love to keep falling. Either way I would get a stop out over here, I guess. Let's see. Macro, inside the macro, weak 50% reaction, trailed the stop loss so that I can make sure that my stop is smaller. When it left that liquidity over here, after taking all of these things, reacting from the low of this new week opening gap. Can I take the buy here? Remember the same buying opportunity I framed here? I can frame the same buying opportunity over there again if I go for that buy again here, because the logic is still the same. When it is reacting from this rejection block or the weak 50% around this area, it can simply keep going higher until this buy side liquidity or this breakaway gap is not taken. When it will be taken, free fall again free fall. Come back again to this area, that 50%. Remember I showed you here, if you go for the buy here, this area should be the partial because it can react from this area. If you ask me, can you frame a buy or sell here, I would love to go for a buy here now for this buy side liquidity, this relatively equal highs. Are you going to do that? No, I'm not going, because it is against my bias. My bias is bearish. I know that this market will fall for this sell side liquidity. I will let the buy go. When it will take that liquidity to trade this area, I'll frame the sell again. I'm just not interested to frame the buy. But what should I do over here? This candle, highest up close body close candle, it should hold the market, send it higher again for the buy side liquidity from this breaker block. So I would love to put it there instead of this here. From this breaker block, it should reach until this buy side liquidity, and more specifically this breakaway gap. This candle validate this breaker block, tap to this breaker block here. I got loss here. I will immediately change my bias, will take the buy here for this breakaway gap. I can't do this in my live because it will look like over trading. Okay, so I can't do it. immediately I'll just change my bias. I'll go for the buy when I saw the reaction from this 50% of that week. Simply I'll just change the bias, take the buy from this breaker block until this buy side liquidity. It is against my bias, so it is low probability. In the meantime, wherever I'll get my opportunity to take the partial, I'll take the partial. Simple. Otherwise, what I have to do, I have to wait to price come here, frame the sell again. Well, when it will come here, then I'll frame the sell. I don't need to take that buy as well. I got stopped out here, loss, have to mitigate my loss, take the buy there, stop loss there a bit longer actually until this buy side liquidity over here. In the meantime, I have to take the partial in a very logical level, maybe until where I'll mark the 50% of this candle. Maybe I'll take the partial over there, or maybe to the low of this entry gap. I don't know. Just randomly I'll take the partial wherever I feel good. I'll take the partial over there until this breakaway gap. This sell didn't work. Perfect. I'll go for the buy. It will come here. I'll go for the sell again. If I would love to frame the sell or entry opportunity here, I can go for a lot of entry opportunity around this area. Order block entry, fair value gap entry, 22 YT model entry. There will be a buy. It didn't work. I'll immediately change my bias or switch it. Look for a sell. Didn't work. Buy didn't work. Sell didn't work. Again, I'll look for the buy until this area. After reaching here, I'll frame the sell again. I don't need to do this because all of this area is more than enough for being profitable. All of this area is more than enough for being profitable. I don't need to chase it. I don't need to go against my bias. If I'm looking for sell only, I will let every buy go. I don't want to take any buy. Okay, so it is going higher like this way. It is going higher. I'll let them go. When it will go and reach until a certain level, I'll frame only the sell. I don't need to take that buy. So this buy, maybe I am not going to take it. This sell I got, and I got a stopped out. Okay, I will let this buy go. I'm not going to take this buy. Okay, just let this go. No buy for me. Okay, it will reach here. I'll frame the sell again. I don't need to take that buy as well. If you know what you are doing, it's just simply a matter of time. When I saw the reaction of this 50% of that week, okay, so let me show you this. Let me remove this line. Mark it there. That 50%, even it didn't fail, okay, it's my mistake. Even it failed to reach until that 50%, extremely bullishness. Why? Unfinished business. This breakaway gap is not finished yet. This order block didn't trade yet. Let me remove this. This relatively equal highs is not taken yet. So let him to take all of them. After taking all of these things, what else do you see? Relatively equal loss has been taken by that run. When the relatively equal loss has been taken that run and failed to trade that week 50% as well. What does it mean? I'm extremely bullish, brother. How long? Breakaway gap, order block, which is an unfinished business, relatively equal highs. It reached here, perfect. Frame the sell again. Why? Because these people are seeing more opportunity to take the buy. This run is to make them believe I'm bullish, brother. So take me, take me, take me, take me, take me. They will take it. It will go higher. All of these sellers from there, they'll get stopped out. Their stop loss will get stopped out. This market will fall again for this area. Now, if it doesn't happen before the lunch hour, just keep that in your mind. Around the PM session, it will fall here until it doesn't reach here or it closed above this new week opening gap. This is a bearish market until this gap top. When it will reach to the top of this gap, then I don't have any bias anymore. How far it has provided you from there to there, 26 handle. I got a loss here, 12 handle, right? 12 handle loss I got here. Took a sell, trailed my stop loss, put it around 12 handle. Did I mitigate my loss with some profit? Don't worry, it will reach until this area. When it will reach here, I'll get 46 handle profit. It's not small, okay? 12 handle loss for 46 handle profit. Isn't it enough? I'm showing you every way to trade this market, every single way to trade this market. I can't do this in my life, because if I do that, then it's look like over trading. But you don't focus that when I saw the reaction or around this area, I trailed my stop loss over there. Because if it come back again around this area, it can reach until this area. So I don't want to take that risk. I'll get a stop out over here. I'll go for this area. Sometimes I keep saying that don't no need to trail your stop loss, because I'm still habituated with 2024 mentorship. Still sometimes it is in my mind that this market is not precise, but right now this market is too much precise. This is my breaker block that is going to give me 95% winning rate. This gap is going to give me 95% winning rate from this breaker block. Low, high, lower, low. The highest up close body close candle is my breaker block. I'll take my entry over there to this candle, and I will go for the trade until the next logical level after taking the partial. I will never miss the partial to the low of this gap, or maybe to the 50% of this candle. I will never miss that opportunity to take the partial over there. And then I'll get 46 handle profit after taking 12 handle loss over here. 12 handle loss, right? 46 handle profit, is that enough? 12 handle loss for 46 handle profit. How much do I have? 34 handle, man. I don't need to take this one, so I will not go for this buy. Okay, no worries. Let's look for sell. This is an opportunity to look for sell again. Why? Because now you have more strongest liquidity. So let's start to look for selling opportunity. If it is happens before 11:30, I'll go for the sell. How far it can reach? Order block or that order block? It is the turtle soup order block. I really don't need to see that this market will reach for this order block. But this order block is the unfinished business. So I would love to mark a line over here to this order block. I'd love to see that it will be traded first before falling. Now I'm going to remove this one because it didn't provide you the profit yet. And I don't think so that any of you will hold the stop loss over there. I don't think so. So you will maybe get stopped out after reaching 75 handle. Is that enough or not? Where did it go? Last fair value gap. Highest up close body close candle. Now you will frame the setup by yourself, because people are not interested to write down boom. People are not interested to say the appreciation. I got some boom, by the way. Who is that? Comerciante T2 SMC SC Lama. What's that mean, brother? Armando Calvo, what does it mean, brother? If it is good, I'm really happy. Thank you, Sharada. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Gurmeet. Thank you, RC. I'm not going to frame the sale, okay? You will frame it by yourself. Thank you, Jack Ketan. Was eating dinner. Oh, okay. You were eating dinner, no worries, man. I'm going to remove this entry gap because this entry gap is not important to me anymore. So I would love to remove it from my chart. As a hindsight, I'll mark the sell setup. Remember, what did I say? I will mark sell setup, not buy setup. I will mark sell setup. Just sell. Here's some apple too. Okay, eat some apple too. Okay. Judy Hamilton, boom. Thank you, man. Jack, thank you. M to Sag, boom. Thank you, man. Cat lover, message retraced. What did you say, man? Jack, cat lover, boom. Thank you. Stupid question. What will happen if you use 5-minute chart instead of 1-minute chart? If I use 5-minute chart, then I have to use my higher time frame 4-hour chart. So I will go to 5-minute chart, and from 5-minute chart, I will look for the entry opportunity depending on hourly chart. So all the area from 15-minute chart I have marked, they don't have any value to me. They don't have any value to me. I'm only interested to see if there is anything from hourly chart. So here from the hourly chart, I will wait to market reach to this bearish gap first, around this bearish gap, before even framing any kind of selling opportunity from 5-minute chart. So no sell is valid for me until this market reach to this 4-hour chart. So if I would love to trade from 5-minute chart, I will have just maybe one opportunity, maximum two opportunity in a day to trade, maximum 1 or 2 opportunity, because my higher time frame will be 4-hour chart then. Remember, this order block is an unfinished business. Okay, so don't get confused. This order block is an unfinished business. Not only this breakaway gap is enough for me, it's not enough for me. This order block line is more important because this is the unfinished business. I don't understand. You mean you are not interested in longs? I went for a glass of water and everyone is boom on long. No, brother, I didn't say that I'm not interested to look for long. I just told that I don't need to take the long. If I know what I'm doing, then either I let this long go. I don't need to take it. So I will let this long go and then I will frame the sell. But if I want to trade in the same market, I will look for sell. I will look for buy. I am not interested to take any kind of sell here. I'm more interested to take the buy from there around this area. If it provides me the buying opportunity, I'll go for the buy from there. When it will reach here, I'll look for the sell again here. Now I don't need to do it. If you are a beginner, you don't need to look for buy and sell from the same market. You don't need to look for that. If your bias is bearish, I'm thinking that market will go for the sell side liquidity, then just wait for the sell. Don't look for the buy. Is that clear to you? There is consecutive order block. Oh, yep. There is a consecutive order block. But yeah, you're right, brother. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. My mistake. You are right. It is the consecutive order block, but the highest up close on is the most, you see, like so logical to me. So I really would love to see that it will trade that highest on. But you're right. According to the logic, this is the consecutive order block. This candle and that candle. This two is the consecutive order block. So of course it can, if any kind of selling opportunity from there, of course that is valid. But to be honest, if it reach until this candle, because this is an indecisive candle, I don't like to mark this type of indecisive candle. Okay, but of course market can react from here. Okay, so this can work as a 2000 block now. Of course, it can work as a 2000 block. Yeah, like you're right. I'm wrong. That is the consecutive order block. But if you ask me, I mean, after seeing this, it seems like this candle is the order block, right? Because this is an indecisive candle. So I prefer that market will reach to this highest up close candle first, then it will fall from. I mean, what to say? I don't know. Yeah, I'm overall bearish, brother. If you're finding value in TTS, yeah, guys, please let me know how many likes did I get. If it is not 150, I'm really going to be quiet. Nobody's getting that. How many subscriber did I get? Just 3 subscriber. That's cool. Wow, just 70 likes. 200 people are watching, 70 likes. Okay, okay. It is going to be quiet for a few times. Angelus, please watch the order block video from the order block. I mean, study folder. Please watch that video. You'll understand perfectly clearly how to mark the consecutive order block, how to mark the just the highest up close body close candle as an order block. Please watch that video. I have clearly explained over there to mark consecutive order block and the one candle as an order block. Okay, brother, to be honest, it's like I don't feel good to mark it. Even if it works from this propulsion block, I will not interested to take sell from here. Okay, even if it works, I'm not interested to take entry from there. I would love to see that it will trade this candle because that is an indecisive candle here. I don't want to add the indecisive candle with my analysis. So I would love to keep it as my order block. So even if it works from this propulsion block, I'll let this go. I will not touch this cell over here because it doesn't look like good to me. It's all about the feeling. Okay, I don't feel good to add this candle with my consecutive order block. So if it works, I'll just let this go. Yeah, absolutely, brother. M to sec. I mean, you see this candle, how beautiful this looks like. I mean, if this candle, I could add this candle as well as my order block. Of course, I would mark the consecutive order block instead of the highest candle. But as I can't add this one with my consecutive order block, I would love to stay with the highest up close one. Okay. But of course, I can be wrong. This has maybe it has already done to trade the order block. Now it will keep falling. Maybe, but I will miss this trade at least from there. So if I miss it, I will try to take entry from the fair value gap. Hey Manu, it's been a long brother. Where are you, man? You okay? From the low to the top, all area is the order block. Most sensitive line is the open. The most sensitive line is the open of the candle. So if it reach until the open, you will see that most of the time I mark the open as my order block. But actual order block is this. This is the order block. Let me show you. See this? This is the order block. Order block is not one line. This whole box is the order block. This whole box is the order block. Now I'm convinced that unfinished business has finished. If I find a selling opportunity now, I will go for that. Because it has traded the most logical one, in my opinion, that was the logical one. I told that I will keep quiet because I didn't get likes. 200 people are watching and I just got 100 likes. It was not convincing to me. Hey Manu, how are you, man? Oh, okay, thank you. You're most welcome, sir. How are you, brother? You're lost. I don't see your name. It's been a long, man. I thought you were busy. But if it starts holding above order block, does it mean we turned to bullish bias? I will be bullish if and only if this market close above the 50% of this 50-minute bearish gap. More importantly, above this new week opening gap. If it happens, then I will be bullish. Otherwise, I'm bearish. I can frame a buy setup if the 50-minute candle close above the new week opening gap high. If it close above that high, then I can frame a buy setup from there. I can change my bias for a short period of time until to the 50% of this 50-minute bullish gap. So from there to there, just this area, I can frame a buying opportunity, or I can switch my bias from bearish to bullish from there to there. Otherwise, I'm just not interested to look for bullish. This is the real accumulation market has started to do after that big run. After that big run, that accumulation I was expecting today, that market will be in range bound or the pure accumulation, that is happening now after that big fall. So that big fall was unexpected to me. After that big fall, market started to, like accumulating again. This one has been traded, so market didn't react from there, so I will watch this one now. Also, good habits more important. It's true. But still feels that market will touch that above order block. Of course, it can do that. It doesn't need to do that, but it can do that. Now it has built the liquidity here, relatively equal highs. So it's of course it can reach until this area. Can I take a buy here? Of course you can't do that. Of 100% you can't take the buy from there. Now I wouldn't go for that. Of course you can do that if you want, but I wouldn't go for that. Buying could be valid from the beginning of the run. Sell should be valid from the beginning of the run. So now I would love to see if it can take that relatively equal high, trade that order block, then can fall. Mean threshold is holding. Let me check. Yeah, mean threshold is holding. It doesn't even need to take that high as well. But yeah, if, like seeing this, if it can take that high, trade that order block, then fall, that is more logical, right? But it doesn't need to do that because the mean threshold is holding the market perfectly here. Any kind of selling opportunity, I'll go for that. Let's say if the market can close below this parallel gap. If it close one tick below this gap, I'll take the sell from this gap. Just one tick below that gap, I'll take the sell. If the body doesn't close below this gap, I'm not going to take the sell. Body didn't close, I'm not going to take the sell. Look over here. Body didn't close. If the body could close one tick below this gap, I would take the sell. As the body didn't close, I'm not going to take the sell from there. Now, if it keep falling and I miss the trade, I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to take my entry here because market didn't give me the sign it is going to fall. If it could do that, I would go for the sell. धीरे धीरे जिंदगी By the way, guys, are you bull? I mean, green or are you red? Still, this mean threshold is holding the market here. It is holding the market. This bullish gap is holding the market. So it's 50-50. It can go higher, take that liquidity, trade that order block before falling, or it can hold the market. This order block mean threshold can hold the market, send it lower. If it send it lower, I will have an opportunity to take the sell. If it keep going higher, I will have no opportunity to take the buy. Simple. White, green always, purple, green. Okay. Outlander purple, what does it mean? Means you are still in loss. If you are in still loss, then I will frame another setup. If you are not in loss, then I will just do that. Taslim Iman break even. Niels, you are in green. Congratulations, brother. Avnit, you are green. Thank you, man, for being green. So this order block mid threshold has been broken. So let's see now if it can take that buy side liquidity, trade that order block before falling or not. Or does it want to reach until this 50-minute bearish gap? So if the 50-minute candle close above this new week opening gap, I'll frame the buy until this 50-minute gap. So my bias will be bullish until the 50% of that gap. Green, loss, red. Jonathan, you are in red. Light red. Okay. Ravi, red. Outlander, evolves. Oh man. Me too, purple. Outlander, green. Oh, okay. Outlander, you are in green. Green, TPT and MFU, red on Apex. Oh man, in TPT and MFU, if you are green, congratulations. Apex is a bit difficult. It's okay. But still you are in green. Jack, just take out all the money you have. It will go higher, I'll let him go. I will wait to see how the body is going to close. This candle's body, how it is going to close. If it close above this line, blue line, I'll start to look for buying opportunity until the 50% of this, sorry, where is it? Until this area, I'll start to look for buying opportunity. Any kind of fall, I'll look for the buy. Any kind of fall, I'll look for the buy until this 50% of that area. Remember, my bias is bearish. I'm still bearish. It is going hard to take the liquidity, just to take the liquidity. Donichi green in Evils, the school. Ray, you are in red. Jens, you are in black. Oh man. All of these things has been broken. So it has taken all of the liquidity. All of the liquidity has been taken. Everything has been taken. Can it reach until this area? When it will reach here, if even if I miss the buying opportunity, it reach here, I'll start to look for selling opportunity. If it doesn't reach here, instead of before reaching over there, if it fall a bit, any kind of order block entry, I'll go for the buy for this area, for that dotted line. Like here, it was a falling knife. Here, it is a throwing knife. So market is actually going higher. So this run and that run are the same. Fall here, went higher, I frame sell. Fall higher, went higher, fall lower, I will start to look for buy before reaching to this dotted line. Reaching to that dotted line, any kind of fall will start, I'll look for that sell. No buy is valid to me. Based on the Friday action chance, we can go much higher. Of course, brother, we can go much higher. I don't want to see that, but if it happens, of course it can go higher. But I really don't want to see that. By the way, guys, if any of you are interested about Take Profit Trader, make sure that you have used the code T2 Wizard for daily payout. So for Take Profit Trader, you don't need to wait for the 5 days to get your payout. You will get it immediately. Make the amount of money for the buffer, for example 50k account, just $2,000, and whatever profit you will get, just withdraw it. I'm watching this candle. If this candle can close above this blue line, if this candle can close above this blue line, then this 50-minute candle is going to close above this blue line. If it happens, any kind of buying opportunity, I'll go for the buy until this dotted line. So for a small period of time, I will look for the buying opportunity, or I will change my bias for bullish. Then around the PM session, I will be back and I will start to look for sell again for this sell side liquidity. Look at this, that big fall. This is that hourly candle, hourly gap. So market is now trading the hourly gap before falling. All of these people are saying this is a very strong support zone. See this hourly liquidity level? It's a very strong support zone. So this market is now bullish. It is going to take that high. Market is not going to do that. It will fall again to take this liquidity. It should not go higher. How far it can reach? Until this 50-minute 50%. So any kind of buying opportunity now, I will go for that buy. If it started to fall, I will have nothing to do. If it started to fall now, I will have nothing to do. I have to frame the buy only at least until this dotted line. Something like this. If it happens like this, I'll go for the buy until this dotted line. Oh, it's 11:30 already. Oh man, I didn't notice it. Okay. I'm not going to frame any trade anymore because it's already 11:30. So let's see how it is going to react. I hate 11:30, man. Brother, I'm on a 50K similar my fund. Futures kind of micro contracts. Should I trade to pass in 20 days? You have to pass it within 20 days. Yeah, 20 trading days, you have to pass it. I will be here, okay? Don't worry, I'll be here around until the PM session because this morning session is, to be honest, it's really difficult. But PM session should be a very beautiful price action. So I will be here. In the meantime, I'll just go for the pray for like 2 to 3 minutes or maybe maximum 5 minutes. I'll take a break to for praying. Well, for eval, I have no logic. Okay, to go to micro, I have no logic. But people say that they can pass the eval by the micro contract. I have no idea how they do that. Okay, because for eval you have a time limit. Within this time you have to pass it. You have to pass it within this period of time. So it's kind of a, like they give you a boundary. You have to pass it within this time frame, where for the funded account you don't have any time limit. So in funded account, going with the micro contracts is logical to me, but with eval, going with the micro contracts is absolutely illogical to me. I can be wrong, but I don't think so any logic to go with the micro contract in eval, because either way you have to pass it right within 20 trading days. Let's see if it can fall a bit to give me a buying opportunity. If it fall a bit, take at least take this low, then buying opportunity, I'll go for the buy until this dotted line. But I need some fall first. Give me some fall, some fall. I'll be back at 12:50 if you will still be one live, brother. I will be live. I will be live, brother. But right now, I'm just not interested to take any entry because this is the lunch hour. I will look for the next entry opportunity around 12:50. I'll show you that. Ray, I will show you that, brother. Just hold it. I'm just not going to take it because it's the launch hour, but I'll show you. How do I know that my stop loss will be safe? That is why I'm asking for the manipulation first. At least some liquidity has to be taken. If the liquidity has to be taken, I don't like to trade this type of area. I don't like it because the entry should be around here. If I can take the entry here, I'm okay with that. But when the run is already done, I really don't want to frame any setup. But if I believe that it will reach until a certain level, right now I'm believing that it will reach to this dotted line because low rejection, consequent crossment rejection. So it has to do some manipulation first. That will give me the confidence that it is not going to stop my stop loss. So if it can take some liquidity first, then it will start to go higher. My stop loss will be safe. Without manipulation, if it go higher, no, my stop loss is not safe. What do I mean by that? For example, if you try to trade here, I'm not safe here because market didn't do any manipulation. So it can simply go higher, stop me out, then can keep falling. As you can see, just keep falling, keep falling, keep falling. So the people who chase the price over here, they're lucky over there. I don't want to be lucky over here. I need the manipulation. So when this market came here to this last parallel gap, I started to frame the sell because it has done the manipulation. The manipulation leg is done over here. So I'm more interested to frame the sell, 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 sell. Same thing here. If it keep going higher, I will have no opportunity to take the buy. Instead of doing any kind of manipulation, if it come here, I'll start to look for selling opportunity again. So until this dotted line, I will be bullish. Then I'll start to look for sell. Do you understand, Ray? Taslim, what can I say, brother? What should I say? Just let me know what should I say. It has taken that low, so manipulation has done. Any kind of buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy. Now this is the lunch hour. Please don't take the entry with me because around the lunch hour, I don't trade in the lunch hour from 11:30 to 12:50. But I'll show you the way I love to frame the trade. Here the manipulation is done. So any kind of buying opportunity now, what type of buying opportunity? Either inversion fair value gap, 22 YT model, breaker block, anything over there, or maybe the Warder block, anything I'll find, I'll take the buy for believing that it will reach over there. Anytime it will make this. If it doesn't do that, keep falling. What do you want to do? I'll let him fall. I will do nothing over here. No sell is valid to me until this market overlapped overlapped to this gap. When it will fall below this gap again, here this gap, then I'll start to frame the sell opportunity again from there. Until then, I'll keep looking for buy because market has provided me the information that I'm going higher. When it has closed above this new week opening gap, trade until this area, it has already told me that I'm reaching for that 50%. Eventually this market will fall. So if it doesn't reach until this area before reaching over there, if it fall, that means that is called illogical to me. So if it is illogical to me, I'm not interested to trade or around that area. I will mark every kind of area I can find. So here, this is that last parallel gap. I'm going to mark that from 1 minute chart. That last parallel gap, can it react from that area? Or does it want to react from this entry parallel gap? Anywhere it will start to react, I'll start to look for the buy. The problem to frame the buy here is I don't have any higher time frame PDRA here. No higher time frame PDRA. If you remember, when I framed the sell here around this area, I framed the sell. I had the higher time frame PDRA. What was that? New week opening gap high, which was my higher time frame PDRA. But here I don't have any higher time frame PDRA. That means just 1 minute last parallel gap. There was 1 minute last parallel gap. Here is also 1 minute last parallel gap. After a big fall, market went a bit higher. I framed the fall again. After a big run, market fall a bit. I would love to frame a buy again. The difference between this area, this and that is here I don't have any higher time frame PDRA. Here I had the higher time frame PDRA, which is new week opening gap high. To understand the difference between this area and that area, why I was so confident here and why I'm not so much confident here, because I don't have the higher time frame PDRA around this area, nothing at all from 50-minute chart, nothing. So it's a low probability to me, but still I am only interested to frame the buy, no sell. That should I pay the bill for month more 30 days? Man, it's your choice. I can't say anything about this, Taslim Imam. Okay, I mean, how can I say that, man? Guys, help him, okay? I don't know. I mean, there are more people here, more experienced than me. Guys, please help Taslim Imam. What should he do? I have no idea what to say about that question. This is a gap which is very strong to me. Now, if I don't have the high time frame PDRA, what can I do? I need 3 PDRA. First, fair value gap. Second, maybe Warder block. third, maybe there is a bullish fair value gap. I have now 3 PDRA. I don't need the 15-minute chart anymore. 3 1-minute PDRA, I will use that as my higher time frame PDRA. Could you explain how many strategy you have? I have just one strategy, liquidity fair value gap. That's all I have, brother. Yeah, of course. If I would love to frame my trade to the top of this new week opening gap, then I can use the higher time frame PDRA. But below this new week opening gap high, below that new week opening gap high, if I would love to frame a buy, no, I don't have the PDRA. Now I have the PDRA because now I have the new week opening gap, right? Now I have the bullish PDRA. I mean 15-minute or higher time frame PDRA. But below this area, when market was below here, around this area, I didn't have the bullish PDRA. I didn't have that. So I have to let this go. Either way, there was no entry opportunity because this market didn't come here to this fair value gap. It came to this last fair value gap. It is reaching higher. How long I'm looking for buy? Until this dotted line. When it will reach to this dotted line, I'll start to look for sell again. I'm not bullish, guys. So don't get confused. I am not bullish. I'm not thinking that this market will keep going higher. I am bullish until this dotted line because 50-minute low rejection, constant encroachment rejection. So I will look for bullish run until this 15-minute dotted line. After reaching to this dotted line, I'll start to look for selling opportunity again. So here, now there is an entry gap, there is a breakaway gap. So if market tap to this entry gap, for example, I would love to take and buy over there until this area, until here. Okay, stop loss will be one tick below that candle which has made this entry gap. So here the entry will be from there. Just let me mark it here. Entry will be from there. Stop loss will be one tick below this entry gap. Why is that? Let me explain this first. Okay, please don't push the button. This entry gap or this breakaway gap should not be traded if this market is bullish. It should not come back again to the discount zone again one more time. So my stop loss should be safe one tick below the entry gap. This is the entry gap. Here I will take my entry over there. I will target this dotted line here. Please don't copy my trade. It's a request. Stop loss will be one tick below that candle which has made this entry fair value gap. If this market come to this breakaway gap, that means it's not reaching to this dotted line. It's not reaching here, or it wants to spend a lot of time over here. So I don't want to take that risk. If I don't want to miss this trade, then I will take my entry when it will tap to this entry gap over here. After reaching here, manipulation, market structure shift, entry fair value gap, breakaway gap. If this market would love to come here to this dotted line, it should not come back again to this discount. This is a discount zone. Now you can get confused here. Please watch the video I have uploaded in my YouTube channel from the FOMC day, FOMC PM session. Please watch that. You'll understand what I mean over here. Just one tick below that candle. That should not be traded if this is a bullish market. Remember when I marked this one when the market was falling. I didn't mark it when market was going higher. It was falling. Then I showed you this, that it should not touch the low of this candle or the entry fair value gap candle before reaching to this dotted line over here. because I have now find my manipulation here. I believe that market is not going to stop me out. If it stop me out, it has more probability that it will keep falling for this sell side liquidity. So I don't want to take the risk over here or maybe over there. No, I don't want to take that risk. My risk will be one tick below that candle, just one tick below that candle. And here is 26 candle. Of course, you have to take the partial maybe above that high. You always have to take the partial. If you don't have the area to take the partial, you have to take the partial randomly. So here is a fair value gap. Randomly, you have to take the partial. Partial is something I never miss. To the low of this gap, you have to take the partial over there. Always remember to take the partial. Yeah, happy Chaudhary, I have just explained that on market structure shift, fair value gap, breakaway gap. As this is a bearish market, I don't want to take more risk over here, as this is a bearish market. So what I will do, I will try to take the most logical area to take my entry by putting my stop loss in the most logical area that should not be traded. Of course, it can happen. It can trade this breakaway gap, then it can go higher. In that type of situation, I'll get a loss and I'll miss that trade. And I'm okay with that because most of the time market doesn't need to reach to this breakaway gap. Same thing here. When market was falling here, remember that market structure shift, entry gap, breakaway gap. Here market didn't reach until this breakaway gap, but it could reach to this breakaway gap. There is nothing wrong because this is a bearish market. So before falling to the sell side liquidity, it can simply complete its all business over there. Before falling, it can simply done its all business over there. But here, as this is a bearish market, I don't want to see it will finish its business here. All the business should not be finished because market has to come back. So that is why I don't want to see it will reach to this breakaway gap, which is over here. It should not even tap to this breakaway gap. You can do one more thing. You can just cover, look over here, my stop loss just cover to the top of this breakaway gap. If you see the precise market, you will see this market will help you. So if you put a stop loss one tick below that candle, that is going to cover the breakaway gap top. This is the top of this breakaway gap. It is going to be covered. So this candle can come again to tap to this breakaway gap. It's acceptable. But one tick below this, not acceptable. Before reaching to this dotted line. But at the same time, partial has to be taken. Now you can say, brother, it's a very small partial. So until this area, which is gonna be like 18 handle. Man, your stop loss is 17 handle and you are saying 1:1 is not enough for you. It's not true. After taking the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. If you get stopped out to the break even, you are done. Or if you don't want to put your stop loss to the break even, where else you can put your stop loss. See this candle wick because it's so beautiful that wick. If you don't have any order block, if you don't have the order block, because here I don't have the order block. If I had the order block, I would put my stop loss below that order block. As I don't have the order block, I would love to leave that wick 50%. So my stop loss, I'll put below the wick 50%, which is going to cover the 50% of that area. So which is here. I'm going to believe that this market is not coming back and breach the wick 50%. Sometimes we did the damage. So trailing stop loss is up to you. But if I were here, for example, I'm in this trade, I took the partial over there. I don't want to put the stop loss to the break even, though I don't want to do that because this is a bearish market. But for example, for any reason, I don't want to put my stop loss to the break even. I will cover the wick 50% as I don't have any order block over here. So I'll cover that wick 50% by believing that I'm not going to get stopped out. Partial is something that should be taken always. Always it should be taken. Can I frame a sell here? No sell is valid when market is above the new week opening gap. Did it reach to this 50%? No. Why you are looking for sell? What is the reason for looking for sell? But this is not falling, brother. You told that market will take that sell side liquid. I don't give a shit. I can't take the sell right now. I have to think that this market will reach to this 50%. Until it doesn't reach over there, this is an extra opportunity for me to frame another buying opportunity. This is a market structure shift. fair value gap, breakaway gap. It will tap to this fair value gap. It's according to your bias. I'll let this go. Market is above this new week opening gap. I don't want to frame a sell over there. Never ever I'll go for the sell. I'm seeing that this market from here come here. This parabolic gap is the most logical level. So if even if it doesn't reach to this dotted line, this reaction sent the market until this breakaway gap top. So from this top, it will go higher again. It will breach this breakaway gap, sorry, this gap, and will reach to this dotted line. Sell? No way. You wanna go for it? Please go for sell. Now this is the order block. When this candle will close above this order block, what does it mean? I will get another opportunity to take the buy. Please don't copy my trade. When the body will close above that candle, one tick above that candle, that's gonna be my next buy. Stop loss is going to be one tick below this order block. I'm just going to remove it. Target will be the same area, that dotted line. In that time, I'll try to take the partial either to the last parallel gap or the rejection block or the top, anywhere. Okay, this is not valid yet because market didn't close above that order block yet. So when the body will close above the order block, I'll frame my buy. But it is going to react from this gap. Now it is going to fall. I will let this fall go because market is above the new week opening gap. I will not take that sell over here. Whenever you will take the buy or sell, even if your target is 10 handle, try to take partial around 8 handle. If your target is 20 handle, try to take the partial around 15 handle or 1:1. Whatever is your stop loss, randomly put your partial to that same level. So what do I mean by that? For example, I took that buy. My stop loss is like 11 handle. Now here you have no higher time frame period or no area to take the partial. So what you will do, you will go look for 1:1. 1 partial has taken, either put your stop loss to the break even or put your stop loss in a most logical level to take to cover your loss or something like that. Okay, so here I'm watching how the market is going to close above that high. Yeah, of course, brother, this is the lunch hour, so around the lunch hour it doesn't need to do anything better. It doesn't need to do it. Time is the main factor. If time is not right, nothing is right. First time, then price. Market will never tell you lie. Never ever it will tell you lie. It will clearly tell you, brother, what I'm going to do. I'm going to fall, I'm going to go higher. It will always tell you that. And that's why you have to wait for the perfection or the reaction. Like remember here I told that if the body close one tick below this gap, I'll take the sell. Did it close? No, it didn't. That means I'm not falling, brother. I'm going higher. So don't take sell. This candle didn't reach until this area before reaching to this parabolic gap. Why is that? Because it should tell me that I will reach until a certain level first, then the reaction will send me here. Okay, I got the reaction. Any kind of buying opportunity, look for that buy because the breakaway gap is holding the market. This breakaway gap is holding the market. So try to frame the buy. Don't try to frame the sell. I'm above this new week opening gap high. Why you are looking for sell? But brother, this can of course fall from this parabolic gap market structure shift. It can of course fall. If you want to take the sell, go for it. What are you talking about? Yeah, Ravi, please go, man. Take the break. Whoever wants to take the break, just go for it. I mean, no, Jim, nothing. If I stay in front of my chart, I can't stop talking. Okay, that's my problem. So I keep talking, and I know that most of the time it's too boring. What do you think about that volume balance up there to a used inversion because macro is near? Brother, this is launch hour. First of all, I really don't know what is going to happen inside this launch hour, first of all. And secondly, I don't want to see this market will reach to the premium zone. So if I mark the high and the low, this is the low, this is the high. I don't want to see this market will work with this premium zone, which is absolutely in the premium zone. My most logical level is this week 50%, that 50-minute gap 50%. If it could reach over there, I would start to frame the sell. But if it doesn't reach over there, I'll keep looking for a buying opportunity until this 50%. Then I will start to frame the sell again. I'm looking for sell. No buy is valid to me. It has taken this low, then this low has taken over here. It's a bullish market to me. Now those guys who are thinking, okay, he is framing the buy setup, but actually this is falling. Brother, I clearly told that I am bearish. In the PM session, I will keep looking for sell if the market doesn't close above this new week opening gap high. If it close above this new week opening gap high, I'm done. This launch hour, I let this go. Whatever it wants to do, I let him do. Then around 12:50, I come, start to look for the sell opportunity only. My bias is bearish. I am bearish. Then I will be here. I will be here until maybe 1:30. I mean, the first trade I will frame after 12:50. When it will be done, I will close my stream. Look over here where the market came. Okay, take a closer look over here where the market came. This is all the bullish period. These green lines are the new week opening gap high. So this market fall until this area. Can it reverse from there until this 50%? Now that 50% is something that should not be your target. That is a logic that if market would love to fall, it should fall from that 50% immediately. If it failed to reach until this 50%, what does it mean? Market is extremely bearish. So until it proves me that I'm extremely bearish, I can't think that this market is going to fall. So every kind of buying opportunity, I'll go for that buy until this market is above this new opening gap high. Any kind of buying opportunity, I would love to go for that buy. Market came close below this new week opening gap high, then give me a buying opportunity. No, I'm not going to take it. I will not go for that. Good night, Outlander. See you tomorrow, brother. Tomorrow is gonna be the. I mean, I won't be here in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday because I'm traveling to Bangladesh again. So I'll be back again in Monday after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be here, but after tomorrow I'll be back in Monday. Don't copy this trade, okay? I'll push this button just because I'm here in this launch hour. Just because of that, don't copy my trade. Even if it works, don't copy the trade. Let it go. Around the launch hour, don't take any entry. Look at this candle, 15-minute candle. Where did it close? Can anyone tell me where? Do you see anything over here that is clear to you? Is that a valid order block? Until now. Until now, no. Why? Body didn't close above that high. According to ICT, it's already a valid order block, I guess, because it has traded the open of this candle, but I don't want to use this. I would love to see body close above that candle. If it happens, I start to believe that as my order block. Otherwise, I don't use this as my order block. Absolutely. Support new week opening gap. So I'm seeing that market is supporting that new week opening gap top. So of course, it is still valid to think about the buy. I will go on the inshallah, brother. Philippines, I'll go on the inshallah. Yeah, absolutely, Manu. It's new week opening gap high. So it is reacting from there. So if it can keep going higher, I'll be very happy to frame that buy. If the body, 50-minute body close below this line, one of this line, I wouldn't go for that buy. If one body, or I mean one of this line has been breached by that candle, I wouldn't look for that buy. As the body is reacting the top, I'm interested to look for a buying opportunity. Candle will close one tick above that high, I will take the buy from this order block. If I miss the buy from this order block and market will make a fair value gap over here, I'll try to take the buy from this fair value gap. Do I have any parents here? Higher time frame PDRA? Anybody can tell me that? Do I have any higher time frame PDRA? Now, if it keep going higher, I will just miss this. Okay, it's simple. If I just miss it, it's okay, absolutely okay. But if it provide me any opportunity, I'll go for that buy. Do I have any higher time frame PDRA over there, sir? Anybody can tell me that? I have grandparents, absolutely, brother. Look, all of this fall, people will start to think this market is a bearish market. No, it's not a bearish market. It's a bullish market. So you have to understand that this is a bullish market because market didn't finish its job over there. This is the breakaway gap. Now I don't know it will provide me the entry or I am able to take it or not. 16 handle, not bad. Not bad. This will be the target. Of course, I will take the partial here. That should be the partial. If it takes me, that will be the target here. This dotted line will be my target. There. Where should be my stop loss? My stop loss has to be below this area here. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to put it in a logical level that should not be breached. Now here it is the best area to put that, so I'll put it a bit lower here around this area. Around this area. So 18 handle. If it can provide me this, I will take the partial over that. Of course, if it takes me, if it doesn't take me, I'm okay with that. Because it is overzealous, it didn't give me the entry opportunity. My entry will be from this area to until this dotted line. If it doesn't take me, I will be okay with that. Keep watching. If this market reach here before taking me, I will close this trade. If it tap to this line before reaching me, I will close this trade. This is the logic. I am unlucky here. Market didn't take me. If I was lucky, for example, this candle tapped to this gap, or maybe market closed one tick above this order block, tap to this order block. My entry would be from this order block, simply from that order block, until this last fair value gap will be my first partial, and then I would hold my trade until this area. Before reaching to this gap, if it tap to this line, I will close this trade because I will miss the opportunity to take the partial here. So if I miss the opportunity to take the partial, I will not go for that trade. Ah. That price will go back the first presented fair value gap at the top. Of course, there is a possibility, but I don't think so it will happen. I don't think so, brother. But it can happen. Of course, it can happen, but I don't think so it will happen. Because if it reached to this first presented gap, I guess it was here somewhere, then it will simply go for that buy side ticket. It will never need to fall for that support zone. All of these buyers will be profitable here. All of them will be profitable. I don't want them to be profitable. My stop loss just got breached. I think I should have put it a bit lower. We did the damage. I just covered that 50%. Just got breached. Okay, because I know that my stop loss should be there. I just covered that 50%. We did the bit damage, just a bit damage. But like I'm not going to re-entry over there. I got stopped out here. This candle started to move again. I'll take re-entry over there. I'm so sorry because I didn't push the button. Here it just breached me because I covered that 50%. Week did a bit damage. I should have covered it a bit more. A bit more. Just because of my tight stop loss, because I wanted to see it is not going to breach that 50%. But logic was just covering that 50%. It's just called an unluck. Just for how many ticks did I get stopped out? Let me show you this. Here, just for 2 tick. Just for 2 tick I got stopped out. But the logic is trade that order block. It will reach here now. You will see that it will reach here, then it will reach here. I just got stopped out for a bit. Lunch hour, it happens sometimes. It doesn't need to give the precision or something like very precise. Let me check the order block mean threshold if I did something wrong over there. Okay, yeah, I did the wrong here actually. I didn't cover the order block mean threshold. If I would cover the order block mean threshold, I wouldn't get stopped out. If I would cover the order block mean threshold for a bit. So it actually trade the order block mean threshold, which is here. Just, man, it's the launch hour. I was not looking for all of these things. This was the order block mean threshold. Keep watching. This market should not fall before tapping to this line. This is the mean threshold of that order block. This is the order block. It happens when I watch the market for a long time. It happens most of the time with me. I forgot to mark some specific logical area. So I saw the breakaway gap 50%, but I forgot about the order block mean threshold. I hope that you got the point actually over here. What was the point? Put the stop loss around this area. Now keep watching. This market will go for that partial level until this dot line, and then if it wants to fall, it can fall. That is why I just put it the partial over there. How can I forget the order block? Man. English, don't move your stop. You are talking about this, brother? No, I have the arrow here. See this arrow? Arrow is here, and everyone can see that I got stood out. I'm not moving it just to prove that I'm right. I told you that what I did wrong. I just forgot to cover the mean threshold. Keep watching. It will come here, then it will reach here. Even though it is the lunch hour. Price below midnight open. Okay. What is the midnight open? This is the midnight open, brother. Keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. I covered my stop loss by a logical area, but here the stop loss has to be there. But it is also safe. Just missed that order block mean threshold. My mistake. My stop loss on 21,570, 21,570, 570. Then you should be safe, man. You should be absolutely safe. But for me, it is more than enough to cover that order block mid threshold. I forgot to mark that order block mid threshold. To be honest, I forgot that. Now keep watching this first partial until here. This market has zero possibility to fall. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't fall. Of course, it can fall, but there's less possibility to fall this market before reaching to this area. What else do you see? It has clean highs over there, and if you just mark from that line, this is all clean highs, which is a strong resistance zone now. This is the buy side liquidity now. So I'll remove this partial level, and instead I would love to keep that buy side level over there. By the way, why did you take that entry, Nath? It's the lunch hour, man. Around the lunch hour, you should not go for the trade. Lunch hour, nobody should trade. I don't want to see that this CE will be breached. That means market is going to breach that CE. I don't want to see that. Yeah, it can tap to this order block one more time. There is nothing wrong, but this CE should not be breached. Here, this one. It should not be breached. That means market should not close below this CE before taking that buy side liquidity. And remember the partial level just above that buy side liquidity. Just one tick above that buy side liquidity. This is the partial level of the rejection block. I took the entry 21,577.25 with stop loss below the low. Took the 20 points on my target TPT Pro. Oh, that's cool, Kickdown. Congratulations, brother. Let this lunch hour go, and I will go for the trade around the PM session 12:50. First trade, then I'll close my stream. Remember, this market can fall one more time to retest this order block. There is nothing wrong, but body can't close below this CE, below that CE. If it failed to reach until this CE, that is more confident that this market will go higher. That is more confident if it failed to reach to this CE. Trade that order block, absolutely okay. There is nothing wrong. It can't reach for this min threshold. It can't reach to this min threshold because min threshold has been traded already. It can't reach to this min threshold. It should not close below the CE of that week. Why I need them? Because if it do that, it is best to hold the trade. If it doesn't close below the CE, it can trade this order block, absolutely okay. Don't want to see body close below the CE. Don't want to see this market will come back again to trade this min threshold. I don't want to see that. Can it do that? This is a bearish market. If it doesn't want to reach for this dotted line, would love to keep falling. Of course, it can do that. I will be waiting for all of this area in the lunch hour. I will back around 12:50. I'll start trading around 12:50 because that is the area where I would love to trade. Can it fall? 100% it can fall without trading this dotted line. 100% it can do that because this is a bearish market to me. But when I'm going against my bias, I need some clarification that will tell me, no, still it will reach until the level I'm expecting. What is that? That dotted line. What is the things I'm expecting? First, order block will be traded, min threshold will be traded, perfect. Come back again, this CE should not be broken, market trade that order block, perfect. Should not come back again to this min threshold. If it come to this min threshold, I'm wrong. This candle is now my propulsion block. If this candle close above this candle, which is going to be my propulsion block, if it can close above that candle, my stop loss will be safe one tick below that low, which has traded this order block. Just one tick below this low, it will be safe over there. Here, it closed above this order propulsion block. Now this is the most strongest PDRA. That means it should not be breached. It has traded this order block, perfect. Reach to this partial. sorry, that rejection block, remember the rejection block. Okay? This line is important. It will reach to this rejection block, then it will breach. Okay, acceptable. But before reaching to this line, if it come back again to this mean threshold, I'm in a big problem. So my stop loss now I will put it just below that low here, because it should be safe now. Here it should be 100% safe here. No. That line, that should be safe now until market reach to this line. When it will reach to this line, it is not safe anymore. So if it can reach to this line, I will put, for example, I'm still in this trade. Okay, I'll put my stop loss to the break even after reaching to this line. Remember, target just that dotted line, maybe one tick below that dotted line. Okay, just one tick below that dotted line. See this engineered liquidity. Market has engineered that liquidity, that buy side liquidity here, this high, that high, that high. Engineered liquidity fall, people will start to think this is a bearish market. Take sell, take sell, take sell. And this market will stop them out, trade that area, or if it can reach until this area, that would be the great. I need $20 to pass my 100k challenge, my master. You just need $20. I hope that you will get it, man. See this fair value gap. I want to see this fair value gap will be open. This fair value gap should not be closed 100%. So now my stop loss is safe here. I want to see it will be open. I want to see it will be unfilled. So my stop loss is safe below the candle which has made this unfilled gap. Just one tick below that candle. Can I put it to the break even? Right now I can't, because it can fill this gap before going higher to make the breaker block. So until it doesn't tap here, it tapped to this rejection block. See, now my stop loss will be to the break even, because now it can start to fall before tapping to this dotted line. Now it can start to fall. There's a most reason that it can fall now. I want to see it will fall after trading this dotted line, but I can be wrong over here, but I can't be wrong around this area. Just don't forget my stop loss. I really forgot to mark that mean threshold of that order block. To be honest, I forgot that. Sorry, let me show you this here. There you go. Oh. Thank you, Ravi, for the boom. Pablo, any tips to detect a propulsion block? Propulsion block is something like when the order block has been traded by candle, then you can use that candle as your propulsion block. Now here, this is not a perfect propulsion block, to be honest. But sorry, it's a perfect propulsion block because this is not the order block, exact order block. Here, this candle you can use as an order block as well. But propulsion block is something like when the order block has been traded, body didn't close below the mean threshold of this order block, the lowest down close body close candle is going to work as your order block. That is the real propulsion block. That order block is the real propulsion block. So market came here, this whole price action from there to there, I explained it. But my stop loss was, I just got stopped out by one tick. You can see here, just by one tick, because my stop loss was just tick by tick. You can see here. See, just tick by tick, not even one tick. Yeah, sometimes it happens. Partial profit, 3500 profit, more than enough. We'll join soon again. Hey Manu, thank you, brother. I hope that we'll join soon again. Now you can think some of you will be here just to see that this guy got stopped out. Some of you will think all of these lines I have marked over there, all of the things I have marked. how I framed that buy from the very beginning to until that area. How did I frame that trade? New week opening gap top is my strong support zone, grandparents. Okay, according to Ravi, this is the strong parents. Last fair value gap. Here is the last fair value. I don't need this one actually. This is the last fair value gap. Lowest down close body close candle is the order block. Here, this is that order block around this area. I would love to mark that order block. Remember, this is the open, but real order block is from to the top up to the open. This is the whole area, which is the order block. Okay, I would love to mark it at the open. Market has traded this order block. Okay, Pablo, you are asking about the propulsion block. Look at this propulsion block. This is the lowest down close body close candle which has traded this order block. This is the propulsion block. This candle is the propulsion block. Closed above this new week opening gap high again, come back again to trade this propulsion block. Sorry, the order block, made the propulsion block, trade that propulsion block, went higher. This is why this propulsion block didn't trade it over there. It's not even a propulsion block, by the way, but whatever it is, it didn't trade over there. Okay. This whole area, how did I use this consonant crossment? Remember, what did I say? Nobody should close below this consonant crossment. At the same time, I told that it can of course come here to trade this order block one more time. So I would love to mark the open of this order block or the propulsion block the way you would love to see. Look at the reaction from the exact level of this open of that candle. How beautifully it has been. Did it close below this CE? Nobody has closed. Wanted to see the unfilled gap. If I get the unfilled gap, this is the power. If I get the unfilled gap, observe everything, read everything, hold your bias. Now, what I'm thinking, it will keep going higher? 100% no. I'm bearish now. Extremely. If this market keep going higher, I don't give a shit. I can't take the buy. My buy is done. There is no opportunity for me to look for the buy anymore. I am only interested to look for sell now. No buy is valid to me anymore. I'm only interested to look for sell. If the market close above this new week opening gap from 15-minute chart, yes, I will start to look for buy again for this buy side liquidity. If it close above this new week opening gap again, I will start to look for that buy side liquidity. Until then, no buy is valid anymore to me. I don't care how beautiful that buy setup is. I am only interested to look for sell for this sell side liquidity. I don't need to see that it's gonna be taken. All I need to see, it will go toward that sell side liquidity. Shajib Firdaus, am I? Man, Anybody learn anything from this bullshit price action? Anybody learn anything? All of this area. That was the only sell I would take that on, and I would, sorry, that was the only buy I would take that on, and I won't get any opportunity to mitigate my loss over there. I have no opportunity to mitigate my loss over there. That sell we have explained. That sell we have explained. That breaker block buy we have explained. There, this buy I have explained. Everything. Yeah, this sell I took a loss here. Yeah, I will take a loss. Remember, I put my stop loss immediately from there to there, because if it reaches over there, I'll get stopped out, and if I get stopped out, I immediately switch my chart. I'll go for the buy. Take 12 handle loss for 46 handle profit. I got stopped out here. I immediately switch my entry. I'll take re-entry over there. After reaching to this area, I will never ever go for buy. I am only interested to look for sell until this sell side liquidity. It doesn't need to take that sell side liquidity, but it should go toward that sell side liquidity. From there to there, it's 200 handle. I don't need 200 handle. I just need 25 to 40 handle. Whatever I get, I'll go for that. And that's more than enough. I have framed another entry here from there, from that fair value gap. Thank you, Ravi. First farewell gap is something I don't want to talk about that, brothers. Seriously, that is too much confusing. I don't want to talk about here. Remember, we have framed this sell, this buy as well from there until the partial level here, until that level, 32 handle from there, from this. Oh, sorry, not there actually from the entry was from there to here. Now 18 handle, 19 handle, something like that. From there to there. Stop loss was exactly one tick below this area here. From there to there. 1:1. If you remember that entry as well. I forgot about this. This is all for your learning. You are Indian? If I am Indian, are you going to unsubscribe me, brother? Let me know that first. Because I got a lot of unsubscriber because my accent is not good. What will be the sell structure? I have to wait to see this market close below these lines. See these lines? When the market will close below these lines, I'll start to looking for sell. Here I'll do nothing. So I'll let this rest run go. Either this market will close above this gap, this new week opening gap, or it will close below this gap. Let me check actually what do I have from hourly chart. So from the hourly chart, this is the hourly gap. This is the hourly gap. Okay, so it is very near to the 50% of this hourly gap. Happy to see that. Can it go to the 50%? Of course it can go to the 50%. I don't want to see that. It should show me the weakness. So if it is a weak market, it should not reach until the 50% of this hourly gap. That is more confident for me to think about the sell. But of course it can reach until the 50% of this hourly gap. So this 50% is actually here around this area, 21,672. I'll keep that in my mind. 21,672 is the 50% of that hourly gap, 21,672. So until this area it can reach before falling. Okay guys, I have to pray. Okay, I'll be back after praying and then I will go for the PM session one trade and then I'll close it. Okay. And the gill liquidity 1 hour then sell. Absolutely, brother. It can happen. Accent is good for us, for subcontinent peoples. Okay, that's cool, Shazib. Who cares about your accent when teaching us price reading? Do you guys think really it was an insightful session? If you really think like that way, just write down boom before I go to pray. I will take a 5-minute break, then I'll be back. I have to pray the answer. Okay. So I just would love to see how many people actually got something from this session, except my losing trade. I would love to see some of your boom. If you really learn something, write down boom. I would love to see. Okay. Gurmeet Ravi, M to Sack, Creektown, Shub, Nish Rose, Creektown. Okay, I got some of you. Shoaib Hossein. Yes, over today new week opening gap. Jack, I will see that. Okay, I will see that after the 12:50. I will see that. I mean, for E-mini S&P and Nasdaq, it's really difficult for me to observe both of this chart by one monitor. So from this one monitor, I can't just observe all of these things. Maybe there is something market went higher to trade that area. I don't know. So I see this 50-minute 50% how it is reacting. Nobody has closed above the 50%. 50% of this 50-minute gap. So after lunch hour, if it doesn't want to fall, then it will of course close above this gap. If it closes above this gap, I will start to look for buy. Otherwise, I am more interested to frame the selling opportunity. Every time market will provide me any selling opportunity, I'll go for that sell. Except if it doesn't make any buy side liquidity. If it engineered buy side liquidity, maybe I'll change my mind. If it engineered, you know how to engineer the buy side liquidity. Remember, it has engineered the buy side liquidity here around this area. If it doesn't engineer the buy side liquidity, I'll more interested to look for the sell. Thank you, Jack, for writing boom, man. Team, thank you. Al Mahmoudi, appreciate all that explanation. You are most welcome, brother. Bro, who cares about your accent? The knowledge is the Himalayan. By the way, accent is good. Thank you, man. Alex, thank you, man. Okay, guys, I will be back. Okay, after praying, I'll be back again. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm not writing anything. I'll just back within 5 minutes. Just don't forget to use the code T2 Wizard if any of you would love to take the take profit trader. I'm back. Well, guys, I'm back. We'll wait 10 more minutes for the first entry opportunity. My name is Tito. My religion is Muslim. I'm from Bangladesh. I study this ICT concepts from 2019, but seriously, I started to study this from 2021, end of 2021, starting of 2022. I started to see the profit from the beginning of 2023. So it takes near about 1 year or 1.5 years, something like that. It takes that much time until seeing the profit. Most of the time I do the paper trade. Sometimes I took that trade from the top step funded account because I have just only that account left, nothing else. I had near about $68,000 profit. Right now I have 34, 37, 37, 36, something like that. So I have lost near about 50% of my profit. I was not able to withdraw the money, but finally I have found a way. Jack T actually give me the way to get the payout the way. So I have already requested $5,000. I don't want to request all of the money altogether because if they deny, it will be a great loss. So I would love to do it every month, 5,000, 6,000, 2,000, something like that. So yeah, I was really bad last year and I lost near about 30, $36,000, near about that, by trading over trade, over leveraged, or so, lot of the things. Okay. I live in Portugal, but I will be back to Bangladesh the day after tomorrow. So I will be here in live tomorrow. Then from Wednesday to Sunday, I won't be here. Okay, because I'll be traveling, and after reaching to my family, I'll just give some time to them. Then I'll be back from Monday again. Monday again. Okay, so I only trade 15-minute chart and 1-minute chart. No other time frame I used. If the 15-minute chart is messy, there is something very difficult to see, then I go for the hourly chart. If something is wrong from hourly chart, I don't find anything clean from here, like here, then I go to 4-hour chart to mark something very specific from 4-hour chart. Otherwise, most of the time I spend my time in 15-minute chart. You can see on my right, this is 15-minute chart. On my left, you will see this is the 1-minute chart. Most of the time I use this 2 time frame. I'm here in YouTube from live streaming from October 2023 to until now. So it's almost 1 year to 3 months, 5 months, something like that. There is something I marked by myself which is against ICT himself. For example, the first presented gap, that is instead of ICT himself. So I love to mark this in my way, the way I love to mark it. I read this price, or the way I understand, I read it the same. I read it the way I understand. So sometimes you can confused that, brother, it has taken previous day low, which is over here. It has taken previous day low. Now it should keep going higher. I don't think like that way. My whole concept depends on the liquidity. So if there is liquidity, I'm more interested to go toward that liquidity. I'm not looking for previous day low, previous day high, previous week high. Yeah, I look for them, but in a specific day. If you watch the narrative folder, of course, you will understand when I look for the previous day high or previous day low. as my liquidity. Everything in our YouTube is absolutely free. If any of you are interested to join our Discord, you will get the link in the pinned comment. If you go to the pinned comment, you will why I'm doing this or talking all of these things, because I have to wait 6 more minutes for framing my next first entry for the PM session. 11:30 to 12:50. I don't trade. I will never go for any kind of entry over there. If and only if I had a huge loss here in the morning session, like huge loss, then I will try to mitigate my loss after 12:30 to 12:50. In that time frame, sometimes I trade, but most probably, most of the time, I don't trade between 11:30 to 12:50. I was talking about the things here. How many likes did I get, by the way? And yeah, I don't charge anything. I don't do any mentorship, nothing. Everything is for free. I ask all only the likes. So if any of you would really love to appreciate our hard work, then you can just give the likes. That is all I want from you. If any of you would love to join our Discord, this is the Discord link on the pinned comment. It's absolutely free. Join there, share your idea so that we can learn from you. Everything is free over there. My next giveaway I will do depending on the Discord. Whoever is interested over there, who are active in Discord, I will do the giveaway just for them. Like last giveaway I did, depending on the YouTube active members. So I will do that, the Discord active members. So just share your idea. If you have any idea, just share it so that we can learn from you. That is all. Okay. So this is the PM session is very starting of the PM session. I would love to do my PM session things at the beginning, from the beginning. Okay. This is one of the first entry for the PM session. So let's see if it can take me. I could take that entry from here, but this candle appeared on the chart around 1249. So I don't want to push my button around 1249. 1250 candle was falling. So when it was falling, I can't change the price. So I would love to take the entry from this propulsion block and will have to hold my trade until this area, which is the last favorable gap around this area, which is the last favorable gap. So I would love to hold it until this last favorable gap, maybe to the top of this last gap. Okay, so until this top. Of course, without taking the partial, I'm not going to do that. I will see the most logical level to take the partial, which is 17 handle. So if it come to this gap or to the top of this candle, I'll take my partial over here. This will be my first partial around this area. I'll take the partial over there, will hold my trade until this area after taking the partial over there to the top of this gap. Now it's not huge, 1:1, 13 handle stop loss for 18 handle partial. After taking the partial, I'll go hold my trade until this area. The only trade for the PM session. If it works, I'll be done. Sorry, I'll okay, and I'll close my stream. If it doesn't work, then I will wait for the next entry opportunity, and then I'll close my stream. After taking the partial, I'm not going to put my stop loss to the break even. I don't care what you will say or whatever you say. I don't care about that. I will put my stop loss in the most logical level where I think that this market will not go. Okay, I could not go for the trade from this candle because it was 1250. I would love to push my button at least at 1250 candle for the PM session. 1249 is not enough for me to enter. So let's see if it can give me the partial. After taking the partial, I'll put my stop loss in the most logical level. It can give me some kind of reaction. It's okay if it can make a favorable gap over here and the next candle didn't fill this gap 100%, then I would love to see that candle, that gap will be unfilled. So this gap, I don't know it will make it or not. If it make this gap by this candle and the next candle failed to fill this gap 100%, then I would love to see it will be an unfilled gap. Remember what did I say? If it make the gap here, next candle failed to close this gap 100%, then it will be my unfilled gap. If it doesn't do that, I will wait for the unfilled gap. So if this candle failed to close this gap, I will expect the speed at least until this area. So partial has been taken here. Oh, I forgot to. People will start to say, brother, you are hiding your loss. No, I'm not hiding my loss here. All of this loss is over there. Okay, you can see this loss, everything is over there. So I'm not hiding anything. After taking the partial, I would love to put my stop loss in the logical level. So if I get stopped out here now, I don't care about that. So I will take that 3 handle risk over here to get this profit. If it doesn't fill this by that candle, you will expect the speed over there. This is the most logical level for me, which is 32 handle or bit lower. It should be bit lower. Okay, so here, there, 32 handle, 3 tick. If it provide me that, I'll be happy. Okay. If this market reverse and stop me out, I'm cool with that. I will take that 3 handle loss. It says 302 tick. I'm 100% okay with that. If it works, I'm done for the day. Okay, and then I'll close my stream. If it is filled 100%, then I will start to look for breaker block, because now you can see market has built the liquidity. See this liquidity, market has engineered the sell side liquidity here. So if it is filled 100%, I will start to look for a selling opportunity from the breaker block. I don't think so it will be filled 100%, but if it fills, Guys, why you are writing boom and I didn't get the boom? If it hit my target, then I will get the boom. You can see that I missed my target for a bit. It's okay because it's gonna be broken and this market will keep falling for this area, this sell side liquidity. Let's see. I took my entry from this propulsion block because of the logic, the time, first time, then price. So I can't push my button before 1250. So this was the 1250 candle over here. This candle was falling. If this candle was 1250, I would push my button, sell button from that candle. See this candle, but it is 1249 candle. When this candle was falling, I wasn't able to chase this market. So I marked the propulsion block here, took the propulsion block entry over there. Now, if you don't want to use this as a propulsion block, this is your perfect order block. Market structure shift, market has taken the buy side liquidity, market structure shift, fair value gap, highest up close body close candle is your order block. Take the entry from this order block until the most logical level. So if I get my boom, I'll be done for this session. And for me, 32 handle is more than enough. At the morning session, I clearly told that try to avoid the morning session, come to PM session. It will be much more beautiful price action over there. Just because of that, I came here to show you this boom. Nobody should have no question over here because I have clearly explained why I'm looking for sell, exactly from where I would start to look for sell. Extra thing is over here. See this blue line, reaction from that blue line? That is the extra sauce. Now you guys can write on boom. Thank you. Hey, okay. Boom. Thank you. Judy Hamilton, Shoaib, Hussein, Sizo. Yes, T2, we can try macro time, which is better. Here, macro is not the fact. I mean, for me, okay. Here, the fact is 1250 is gonna be the starting point of my PM session. So around 1250, I would love to look for the trade. Now, where the market will go, I don't care about that. If 32 handle is not enough for you, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not good for you. Okay, I'm not enough for you. So you have to find someone else. If 32 handle is not enough for you. Shauda, thank M2 Sag, thank. That's the wizard. Thank you. Frankian, thank you, man. Freetown, thank you. Ness, thank you. $500 first payout. Thank you, Master. You are most welcome. Nudge, is that from Take Profit Trader? If it is from Take Profit Trader, make sure that you have requested your payout. Just request it now. Don't wait for anything. Okay, you don't need to wait for the anything. Just request for it. And sometime, guys, if any of you are interested about Take Profit Trader, please use the code T2 Wizard. Don't worry that it is going to hold the market. It was the most logical level. I have to close the stream. That's why I just put it over there. But remember this sell side liquidity. Keep that in your mind, okay? Just keep that in your mind. Thank you, Nudge. Yeah, okay. Thank you, man. I hope that you used my code. If you didn't use my code, I'm gonna, what I'm going to say. Okay, also ICT mentioned that New Week opening gap area 2 for profit or retrace, which was our reversal. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. So I can say that, okay, then ICT and I was thinking the same way. That's cool. That's a extra benefit for me. Thank you. Joy Beams, thank you, man. Andres, thank you, Nudge. I close my trading. Okay, ninja moves. Thank you, guys. So see you tomorrow again around the morning session. Inshallah, if I'm not die. And the day after tomorrow, I'll be in flight. Just if you ask me, what should you expect now? You should keep expecting that this market will keep falling. But when it will reach to this bullish gap from 15-minute chart, which is the entry gap and the last gap, you can have some reaction from there. So until it is not broken, there can be a little problem. And also this green blue line. See here, this blue line, they can give you some reaction. But if you ask me, I'm only interested to look for sell. No buy is valid to me. It doesn't need to take that sell side liquidity by today, but of course it can do that by today. I don't want to see any kind of bull run. So thank you guys for being over here. If you really learned something, don't forget to leave a like before leaving this stream. Until the next time, cheers guys.